Alright, we should be going. Okay, sweet. I think we should be going now. Let me double check it. You know, just to make sure. Okay, we're good. We're good. Sweet. Just double checking. So, hey, as I said, I've been talking about this for a little while, that I was going to do a more recent Pokemon trading card game online stream. This is a game that this is a game I've played on and off for, I guess not on and off actually. I played way, way, way long ago, like when it first came out as a small child. Stopped playing it for years and years and years, and then last year got reintroduced to the online client. And the online client is pretty decent for this. Like, I can easily say it's better than Magic Online and anything. Anyway, but it's a very interesting game because it's different than any of the others I've shown off. Hey everybody. Okay, I see everybody here. Ben Akabanis, Zil, Strange MD, Mastisaw. Thank you, Mastisaw. Excellent. The bits are here. You got I see the bits. But yeah, so what I'm going to do here, I showed this off something like, I feel like it was 6 months ago, actually, that I've shown this off. What I'm going to do, just to talk about the little structure of this, and then we're going to go dive right in. I'm going to just do a game to show off, thanks, Jazz Arms, to show off, how the game works, for people who didn't watch this, because that was like 6 months ago, and maybe you didn't see it, and, you know, that's fine, just so everybody's on the same page, and then I'm going to go ahead and show off, how the Sun and Moon expansion has, like, altered the game, and what's new. Like, we have a lot of, the Sun and Moon expansion had a pretty large change with it, so, anyway, let's jump right in, so I can show off the game, and once I've shown off the game, then we can get more in-depth into it. I feel like it's hard to talk about things without having a baseline for y'all. If there's questions about how things work, how this game is played, what the heck I'm doing, if I'm taking actions way too fast, if things don't make any sense to you, go ahead and ask right away. I am always happy to answer questions about how, opening 2 Tapu Leles at the pre-release, holy crap. That's like opening 2 Shamans, oh my goodness. I'll talk about Tapu Lele and all that stuff later. That's incredible, is all I have to say. Anyway, let's jump right on in. I think we're going to use DTD. Yeah, DTD is the most straightforward deck I have. I have a lot of decks I built for today, for me to show off. Decks, Sniper Owl, Spirit of the Wailord, Touchdown, and Eons. Those are all for today, for showing off. But first, we're going to start with DTD, because DTD is more of the most straightforward deck I can show off. Yeah, it's just the bits for now. I have to put in a partner app. I'm going to put in another partner app next week and see how that goes. But, yeah, we're going to start with DTD, which is a deck. Okay, so let's quick, before I get into the game, talk about how Pokemon works as a game, just as a quick overview. The Pokemon TCG is a game where you are playing against another player, trying to knock out 6 of your opponent's Pokemon, much like in the actual game. The way the Pokemon are represented is, like, when you knock out a Pokemon your opponent's control, you take a prize card, which is at the beginning of the game, you set aside 6 of the top 6 cards of your deck, and those are, like, the 6 Pokemon you need to knock out. It also means once you knock out a Pokemon, you get an advantage, you take a prize card, and you get to keep kind of having this momentum. There are 3 major classes of cards, with subclasses in those. You have your Pokemon, which is like Yveltal here, being a basic Pokemon. Pokemon have a HP number different attacks, weaknesses, resistances, number of costs, and flavor, and all that. The biggest thing is their attacks. The attacks have an energy cost, and then a damage number and effects. Energy in this game is the second type of card that is basically like a land in Magic. You are allowed to play one energy card from your hand a turn onto a Pokemon. There are ways of circumventing that, but it's like Magic, one land a turn, and there's ways of circumventing that as well. So you kind of have to charge up your Pokemon. And then you have the third class of card, which is trainers, which are either... There's a couple subsets of those. The big subsets I'll talk about here are items, which are just like, you use those to either improve the consistency of your deck or get things going. Ultra Ball here searches your deck for any Pokemon by discarding 2 cards. Wow, that sounds like a high cost. I wonder how you'd be able to pay 2 cards all the time, because, you know, you draw 7 and draw 1 a turn. You start with 7 and draw 1 a turn. You can play any number of item cards in a turn. There's stadium cards, which don't always look really silly like this. But these are like world enchantments. They stay in play and do a thing for all players. Generally, they do a thing for a specific type of Pokemon. Then you have supporter cards. And supporter cards here, like this unreadable Professor Sycamore, because this is the full art version. Let's go pick up a readable version of Sycamore. This is slightly more readable. You can only play one supporter card a turn. Once you've played your supporter card, it's like locked in. You know, you've done it. And they're usually incredibly powerful effects. Professor Sycamore here is just discard your hand, draw 7. And has a more disruptive effect of each player shuffles their hand in and draws cards equal to the number of remaining prize cards. So if the more you're winning, the more punishing this card can be. Where like if they're down to only needing 2 knockouts to win or 1 knockout to win, you could play this and put your opponent to 1 card. Or if you play it early, you know, you draw 6 new cards. There's subclasses of these. There's Pokemon tools that are like equipment they attach to things. There's but that's the main of it. There's also a distinct different type of Pokemon. These are these very shiny ones that are Pokemon EX. We'll also be seeing GX Pokemon later. These count as 2 Pokemon for knockout sake, and they're generally more powerful as a side effect. So Yveltal here has 130 health, deals 30 damage on this first attack, and 100 on this, but half the time can't attack again. Yveltal EX, which counts as 2 Pokemon for your victory condition for your opponent, has 40 more health and has no drawback and actually an upside on this attack, and has a more powerful first attack. Like they're generally just more powerful, but with a drawback of you only need to knock out 3 EX Pokemon to win the game. So anyway, a lot of this early stuff here is going to be, if you've played the game, yes, this is going to be very basic and and it's such a weird character, yeah. It's going to be you're going to know all this. But, you know, we'll see. Yeah, Guzma. We have, like, you'll see new cards in. We have Professor Kukui. Like I said, this is the deck I'm starting on, because this actually is not one that shows off the new stuff yet. This is, outside of the one Kukui I play, everything in here is not from Sun and Moon. This is just like this is an old deck updated, because I really like Darkrai EX. So, great. Dectalon or anybody like that, if you have questions about what's going on once we start getting in, which I'm going to do this to get in, let me know. So, in Pokemon, you're only allowed to have... Okay, there's me, there's our opponent, Carsix. Okay. So, this is Deoxys coin, nice. You get to choose the coin that goes with your deck box. So, when you draw your opening 7, you have to play a Pokemon down to start the game, because if you had no Pokemon to start the game with, you'd lose. So if you don't have any Pokemon in your opener, you just show it to your opponent, redraw a new 7, and then your opponent may choose to draw an extra card for every time that you mulligan in that fashion. This is to make it so you can't just build a deck with 1 Pokemon in it and then, like, not get punished for it. Anyway, we're going to lead with Darkrai EX. This is the main attacker of the deck, Darkrai EX. First attack is 2 energy and deals 20 damage plus 20 more for each dark energy on all Pokemon I control. The other two Pokemon I have in my hand, I could start with them on the bench. You have your active Pokemon that's actively fighting, and then your 5 others, again, the 6 Pokemon in your pocket. But these both have come into play effects, and those don't trigger at the start of the game. So, again, this is just going to be showing off the game rather than talking about the new cards. Ooh, our opponent's playing an Eevee deck. Ooh. Okay. So our opponent's starting. You can't attack on turn 1. You do get to draw on turn 1, but you can't attack on turn 1. On your turn 1. Okay, we also have a new Pokemon type in here, GX. GXs are the same as EXs in that they count as 2 prizes. But basically, if you've played Sun and Moon, Pokemon GXs are the equivalent of having a Z move. You know, like having the specific Z move for, and like Z moves, you can only use one Z move a game. Okay, let's take a look at what our opponent did do on there. We have, oh wow, they played, oh, they are playing Eevees. Okay, Jolteon, Flareon, Revitalizer. Looks like they wanted to get Pokemon into the grave. They played Sycamore to discard 4 or 5 cards to draw a new hand there. Oh, they started with Combi. Combi means that they're likely playing a Vespiquen deck. Vespiquen is a Pokemon that can attack for 2 colorless energy and deals 20 plus 10 for each Pokemon in the discard of your discard. So it's very powerful if you can just get your discard going. We're going to start things off with Hoopa. Hoopa... there's different Flareons. I'll show those off. I actually will be showing those off. So Hoopa here searches for 3 Pokemon EXs, so I'm coming to play, which is basically going to be us setting up our board. I'm just going to go ahead and slam down... I think I'm going to just grab 2... how do I want to do this? No, let's grab 3. Yeah, there's 4 of. You can play 4 of a card with the same name. However, Yveltal EX and Yveltal are not the same name. Those are 2 different cards. The name of the card is all that matters. So if you have different Eevees, like, we'll show off. There are different Eevees in this game. Because I'm using a different Eevee than this one. This one has Tackle and Lunge. Okay, I want to set up... So what I want to do here, I want to use this Shaman to... so Shaman is just coming to play draw up to 6. It's a very powerful card. We're going to do this. Let's... Ultra Ball? Discarding the Darkrai to go grab Yveltal. Okay, so this is all a lot of setup in the deck, and a lot of the times... A lot of setup in this game is... It's kind of different. This is a game where you have a lot of card draw. You have a lot of options available to you. We're going to put an energy on active. And the decks are mostly just like a plan bouncing off each other to start, because most decks are going to be functional enough as is. This Reverse Valley has a lot of text and is also upside down. The only thing that matters is the dark attacks of this player, pointing to me, deal 10 more damage. So we're going to keep it that way. The other side is Steel Pokemon take 10 less up there. It won't be relevant. So we have no hand right now, but Shaman comes into play. You draw up to 6. And now we get to keep going. Fighting Fury Belt gives plus 40 HP and 10 more damage to a basic Pokemon, unevolved. Our opponent is playing an evolution-based deck. So we're going to be seeing evolutions and such. You do play evolutions. You can only evolve a Pokemon after it's been played for a turn, unless you've played, like a specific thing that lets you do it, or have a Pokemon that does. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and use Trainer's Mail here as an impulse. Look at the top 4. Choose a trainer other than Trainer's Mail and put it in your hand. Let's grab that Ultra Ball. That sounds fine. Yes, the Forest of Giant Plants. And Max Elixir is an accelerant. Look at the top 6. Attach an energy to a basic Pokemon you control. So we're going to go ahead and hopefully find an energy and put it onto this Darkrai. With this, I think at this point I'm just going to draw 7 new cards. One thing you'll notice, so this is turn 1. This is my turn 1. I talked about how consistency in this game is pretty ridiculous. I have 34 cards left in deck. I have 27 cards left in deck at this point. Like, I am... This is an incredibly fast game. I think at this point I'm actually going to hold... So, I can't attack this turn, because Dark Pulse here costs 2 Dark Energy to use. It'll do 20 damage plus 20 for each Dark Energy I have in play, so 20, 40, 60. Next turn that might be 80. But yeah, Pokemon TCG, throw your deck in the garbage. This is very much how the game goes. You start with 60. Yes. Anyway, we're going to pass, so I could play Trainer's Mail and keep going, but I don't think there's any reason to. The only thing it could find that could advance our game plan would be a Max Elixir, which can only go on the bench. There was a card, I'll show off Lysander's Trump card, that did get banned because its effect was shuffle all graves back into decks. Ooh, they have a Vaporeon as well, so that's all 3 different EVs. Oh, I didn't see what you grabbed. There's a game log, so I can see. Oh, they Ultra Balled for a Shaman EX. So, they play their Shaman, draw 3 new cards. Yeah, the only restrictions on deck building are 4 of a card, and your deck has to contain a Pokemon that can start the game. And then there's like ace specs, but that's a different thing. But yeah, basically, okay, so these unknowns just cycle from play, Farewell Letter. You can discard it from play to draw a card. Again, as I mentioned, oh no, our opponent, dang it. Well, this was just a, dang it. They must not have drawn into a Vespiquen. That sucks. That was a concession, by the way. Was Lysander... Well, Lysander... It's Lysander's Trump card, specifically. I'll show off Lysander's Trump card. Well, dang it. I don't get to show off how that works. We'll jump into a game with one of my demo decks. I at least got to talk a lot about the basics of the game and get that out of the way. So that's good. That's actually fine. I'm sad. So our opponent... I can talk about what our opponent was playing. Vespiquen. So they were playing this Vespiquen. Vespiquen here has... The first attack's decent, Intelligence Gathering, which draw until you have 6, it's Shaman's ability. That's not what you're here for. You're here for Be Revenge, which does 10 more damage for each Pokemon in your discard. At that point in the game, they had 3 unknowns, 1 Shaman, that's 4, 3 different EV evolutions, 7, the Tauros GX, and another, I think, 2 to 3 additional Pokemon. Meaning that this attack right here, Be Revenge, would have hit for about 140 to 150 damage. Which is the entire point. The big thing is that this also is a non-EX Pokemon. As you'll be noticing throughout our games, EX and GX Pokemon are a very popular style. The Vespiquen does basically the same thing as the Flareon. Yes, Flareon has the same attack, Vengeance, deals 10 more damage for each Pokemon in your discard pile. Oh, in this I can show off the differences. So there are many... This Flareon did rotate. This is from Plasma Freeze. Yeah, Plasma Freeze. You can see the little freeze down there. So, one thing to show off is that multiple Pokemon... Like, the same Pokemon can have multiple different, like, cards. So this one makes all of your Stage 1 Pokemon Fire Pokemon. We'll be seeing this one a little later in Eons. This one is one that's very good if you have a bunch of Pokemon in your discard setting up in the same way. This one here is an EX Pokemon, which means that for the difference between... So this is a Stage 1, you have to evolve it from Eevee, but EX Pokemon, you can play straight out without evolving. They are just a basic. GX, you do have to evolve. And this one can steal Fire Energy and then does a bunch of damage based on how much Fire Energy is on it. This is a full art EX, yes. There are... I'm going to go to Show Not Owned. So this is what a normal... By the way, these are all the Flareons I don't own. But so this is what a normal EX Pokemon would look like. Which, like, this is what the card looks like when it's not full art, you know. It's got These ribbons are from us because it's from a specific subset of a set, but so this is much more readable. This is like, you know, you can read the weakness, you can read the attack. The full arts, this one's actually pretty good. I can read this. Also, I love the art on this. We got the 3 EVs. It's great. But some of these, let me just put in the word mega, because mega evolutions exist. Where's a mega? Where's, like, oh, there it was. Like, some of these can get incredibly busy. You know, the mega evolutions in specific have the attack name in Japanese across them and a lot of things going on. I think Caesar is one that I have a lot of problems being able to understand. Like this. Some of these get very busy. So EXs and GXs are worth double prizes. All right, let's go ahead and show off a different deck. Yeah, they actually have a nice texture on the actual card. They have like this kind of like I don't know, it's sort of like a rougher texture, and it's kind of neat. So let's go ahead and start off with this is actually the slower deck here. We'll go with Spirit of the Wailord. This is my Lapras deck. This is specifically a Lapras GX deck. So a GX is very similar to an EX Pokemon, but different in 2 ways. It's still worth the 2 prizes that an EX is worth. But GX Pokemon, when you have to evolve into them, like, sorry, GX Pokemon you have to evolve into. So if you have a Decidueye GX, which we'll be seeing later, you have to play Rowlet, and you have to evolve up into Decidueye. Also, unlike EX Pokemon don't have the GX attack, which again is the Z move. It's you get to use 1 GX attack a game from between any of your Pokemon. So those are the difference. Anyway, we're using this is the only Pokemon in this deck is Lapras. That's it. The rest of the deck is all sorts of new. So Lapras is a new Pokemon, and we have a lot of new tricks to use with Lapras, like our buddies here in Team Skull. You know, we have. We'll be. Let's see how this plays out. I have not actually had a chance to test this one, but I really like the Lapras. Okay, we're fighting against a Steel, Psychic, and Colorless deck. You could have a Decidueye EX and GX. Yes, if Decidueye EX existed, you could have those. So, but if those all existed, yes. Like, so actually, Metagross in the upcoming set will have an EX, a GX, and a normal, and you could have 12 copies of Metagross in your deck, theoretically. Yes. So, this is our coin. We're going to call Tails. Thanks, Cuboid. Oh, I'm so glad that the affiliate stuff came through. Okay, so I'm going to get to show off the mulligan, because my deck contains 4 basics, and the chances of drawing 1 in 4 cards out of 60 cards is actually pretty low, if you didn't know. So our opponent's going to be drawing a lot of mulligan cards, because we don't have a Pokemon to start. So we hit done. Oh, our opponent has no Pokemon to start either. Oh, Mega Turbo. So we get to see information on what our opponent's deck is. They're, ooh, nice full art N. This is a pretty hard card to come by. Double Colorless Energy is a special energy. It's not a basic energy. It's much like a basic land. You can't play. You can play more than, like, you can play 20 Darkness Energy or Water Energy, but this is a card, so it's like a non-basic land. You can only play 4 of it, and it makes double energy, but only colorless. It's a very powerful card. Full Art N is the versus ladder for this time. Oh, the avatars don't look very Pokemon. You're correct. Why am I fighting Hulk Hogan? Great question. Oh, we started with a Lapras. Wow, we're the one who's getting the mulligans here? That's interesting. Yeah, the draw is optional. So I'll show it off. So Pokemon TCG Online started as a Flash game, and these avatars are probably the biggest tell that this definitely started as a Flash game. So our opponent's going to mulligan, and there's our 6 prizes. So they have town map. We still don't know. Ooh, here we go. Here's some info. Audino Spirit Link. So we know that they are playing Audino and Mega Audino. When you evolve into a Mega Pokemon, your turn ends automatically, unless you have the Spirit Link attached to them. So they're playing Audino. Alright. There it is. So here's Mega Audino. EX, 220 health. It's an evolution. If you played a supporter, it does 50 damage to another Pokemon on the bench and does 110 to the main. This was the Pokemon that won Worlds last year. More specifically, not because it's the most powerful Pokemon or wow, it's the best, but because it was very, very well suited to fighting Night March, which was one of the best decks at the time. Yeah. So, alright, so we're going to see how... Okay, so now that our opponent's mulliganed extra times, we get... The game hasn't started and I spent 3 minutes because I've been talking. This could have been done in 30 seconds. So you get the choice to draw extra cards. So I'm going to choose to draw my 2 extras. I'll show off Night March after this. I guess I'll point to the cards. Basically, it was much... They're a set of cards very much like the Vespiquen. They would get set up very quickly, throwing Pokemon in their discard and dealing very heavy damage. Night March. Ooh, okay, I want to use Team Skull Grunt here. So Team Skull Grunt discards 2 energies from an opponent's hand. I'm excited for this. Okay, so they're grabbing... Oh, Hoopa. So as we saw earlier, Hoopa grabs EX Pokemon. They're going to use Hoopa to grab their Audinos and set up the board. They used Skyla as their supporter for the turn. Skyla just grabs any trainer out of your deck. It's a tutor, if anything, but it uses your supporter. So if you use it to grab a supporter, you're not getting to use that supporter. So there's their Audino. Audino does more damage for each Pokemon on the bench. The Mega Audino is what they're here for. Okay, Escape Rope. This lets both players swap their active, starting with me, of the opponent. So this lets them get their Shaman EX out of the active. Shaman EX is a very powerful draw engine, but has 110 HP compared to the much heavier HP of the other Pokemon. Alright, so let's get started. We're going to use Dive Ball to search for a water Pokemon from our deck. Can you guess what we're finding? If only Team Skull Grunt had the dancing animation, that would be really good. Alright, so I could use Team Skull Grunt here, but I'm actually thinking I'm going to use Judge. So Judge here is each player shuffles their hand into their deck and draws 4 cards. The reason I want to use this instead of using like Team Skull Grunt, I could use this to see if they have extra energy in hand, which actually might be a more effective plan, but Judge puts them both to 4 cards, and they used this, if I go back into the game log, they used... No, they did not grab a Mega EX. Okay. Oh, wow, that exports as a clipboard. So I'm going to go ahead and... you have a 60-second timer. Yes, we're going to do that. The reason I don't care about going to 4 cards is that the first attack on Lapras is draw 3. If you have no Pokemon, you lose. You lose the game. Do not have no Pokemon. So let's draw 3 cards. So now we'll be at 7. We can't use the cards because attacking ends your turn. Audino Spirit Link, evolve, and... Oh, 2 Audino Spirit Links. Maybe they don't have the evolution, they're just gonna... N? Okay. N puts us both to shuffles and we draw equal to prizes, so 6 each. Ooh, Enhanced Hammer is good here. So this is like land destruction of sorts. This can discard a special energy. Oh wow, we're just going Drain Slap? Ooh, I don't want to play Judge then. Yeah, I don't want to play Judge if your hand is that bad. So, they didn't play an energy, they didn't evolve their Audino. I don't want to give them anything. So we're gonna go ahead and just draw. Team Flare Grunt is also... By the way, the entire point of this deck is energy destruction here. Discard an energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon as a supporter, so once per turn. Discard a special energy, any amount. Crushing Hammer is a 50% chance to blow up a energy. So we're playing sort of a denial strategy. So they evolve into the Mega Audino. They're going to use Mega Turbo, which lets them just put an energy from the discard onto their active Pokemon. Onto a Mega, sorry. Does each team do different things? Yes. Teams... Most of the, like, team cards are, like, disruptive to your opponent. I'll show off the Team Rocket cards later. We have some Team... There are a couple Team Rocket cards. Here comes Team Rocket. Team Rocket's handiwork. That's sort of... Oh, Magearna. Magearna's an interesting one. It's the reason they're playing Steel Energy. Magearna is, the attack doesn't matter, but it's prevent all effects of your opponent's attacks except damage to Pokemon with a Steel Energy on them. Okay, they played Town Map, which is just a card that turns your prizes face up. This lets you know what you're missing, because, you know, 6 cards are gone at the start of the game. And what if, like, you know, your Mega Audinos and things are gone? Ooh, sweet. Thank you for playing the double colorless energy. So, 110.50. We're going to go ahead and just super get rid of this energy. So, like, you know, so this lets them know, target what cards they pick up. They can know, oh, I need to pick up a Versus Seeker or a Mega Turbo or a double colorless. We're going to play Enhanced Hammer, which will let us get rid of the double colorless. We're going to play Team Flare Grunt, which will let us get rid of that. 1 Steel, and we're going to play our Hammer, which will let us get rid of the final one. Alright, what I think I'm going to do here is actually... I could Blizzard Burn, but I can't attack next turn. I could Ice Beam GX, but that's my GX attack. It has a Paralyze, so they can't attack. I think that might be the best thing to do, is go for the, It'd be pretty impressive if they got... I'm going to Ice Beam GX here. This is a little bit... So you're going to see this. This is a bit, forward of me, but I think we want to do that. Are you sure you want to use this? You can only use 1 GX attack a game? Yes. So our GX flips. There are cards that care about this. So paralyzing means you literally cannot... You literally, like, can't, attack. You can't do anything. This can't attack, can't it? Well, it needs 3 energy. The trick is, they have ways around that. Their deck plays Mega Turbo, which lets them put an energy from the discard onto a Mega Pokemon. And then also, they could play a 3rd energy from their hand. That would give them the 3 for the knockout, and I want to avoid the knockout if possible. So I'm playing around that happening. Okay, they're going to draw some more cards, going down to 15 left in deck. So what, 2 left? Yes, but they just drew 7 cards. Again, you're correct. There's one of their Mega Turbos is gone, and they're setting up their backup attacker, which is a smart move. Alright, we're going to go ahead and let's play Max Elixir. Hopefully we get an energy. We might. Okay, cool. This is setting up our backup attacker as well. And then we can't play Team Flare Grunt to get rid of energy on the bench, but I am going to play Judge because this actually gets us some cards. And we'll see what we get here. Sycamore, Energy Switch. This lets us move energy from one Pokemon to another. How many DCEs do they have? There's 1 in their prizes. There's 1 in their discard. They only have 1 Mega Turbo left. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and Blizzard Burn. We can't attack next turn, but we'll knock out the Mega Pokemon and take 2 prizes. We're also dealing less damage because of their stadium. Hopefully we find a Rough Seas. That'd be nice. Okay. Generally, your opponent has exactly what they need in hand. Yep. So they brought out the Magearna because Magearna has a float stone that gives it the ability to retreat for free. Yes, there are no instants. There is no such thing as an instant in this game. Okay, they have the Audino. Do they have the? They have to have a Mega Audino plus the plus the double colorless to be able to get us. So, oh nope, just Drain Slap, just 20. Does Magearna make Blizzard Burn done to each of your Pokemon that makes your Steel Energy attached to it? So no. However, Gnome, that's a great question, because I am playing a specific card in my deck that lets me sidestep that issue. We're going to go ahead and play another Max Elixir. Hopefully we get another... Okay, so we have a second Lapras in the backup. We're going to play a Team Flare Grunt to get rid of that energy. And then we can't attack this turn because we used Blizzard Burn last turn, so we're going to go ahead and pass. We've used our supporter, and I don't want to energy switch. But you're correct, though. Like, I'll show you. Hopefully we'll find the card that makes Blizzard Burn dumb. Okay, we just have to keep, like, getting rid of the energy on this for now, I think is what we want to do. Versus Seeker. Versus Seeker's just pick up a supporter from your discard. It's basically a 4 of in every deck. Let's go ahead and Blizzard Burn. Lapras is almost dead, 170 of 190, but the Fighting Fury Belt gives 40 HP. That's why it's still out there. Sooner or later, I'm going to draw into... Oh, they're making me swap. That's a terrible idea. Thank you. Thank you. Like, that, that's very, how many... Like, so this Lapras specifically can't attack next turn. So, I think we don't have anything to do in this hand, so I'm actually just going to go ahead and play a Sycamore and find something to do. I don't like this hand. Oh, here it is. Pokemon Ranger. Remove all effects of attacks on each player and his or her Pokemon. What this means is that all effects of all attacks, such as this Pokemon can't attack during your next turn, are removed. Rough Seas lets us overwrite their stadium. Rough Seas is an incredibly powerful stadium that heals 30 damage from water and lightning Pokemon every turn. And that's going to be the game. There we go. So, alright. The concession there was more of an inevitability, I think, from that point. With the healing, they knew that they did not have a chance. So, is Floodstone out of rotation? No, Floodstone's still around. Alright, we got 32 coins. The coins are the currency for buying packs. Let's go ahead and show that off, now that we're done with Lapras. So, that was Lapras. Lapras is really cool. Coins are the currency. We have, like, 1,200 here. Does Pokemon Ranger let GX moves twice? No, you cannot GX move twice. There is no way in the game right now that you can GX move multiple times. So, This is a 1 on it. Is it because, like, you're online? That's weird. I can't tell why. Oh, friend request. Oh, there we go. Yes. Sorry, I couldn't figure out what that was. Let's quick go into here. I just want to show off the... So, packs are 200 coins a pop. You get coins pretty quickly. I started this stream with, what, 1,100? So, we'll just buy a pack of Sun and Moon. Purchased packs can't be traded. Cards from purchased packs cannot be traded. Cards from earned packs, won in tournaments, things like that, can be traded. Are there any draft-style game modes in this? No, but there's a theme deck mode, which I won't be showing off, but basically you play with a theme, like, you play with, like, the theme decks, and that's probably the closest to a limited. So let's go into the collection. We're gonna go ahead and open up this pack. So, this is how packs open. You get the little hand, pack opens, and you gotta zoop, crack the pack. A pack has 5 commons and energy, 3 uncommons. Ooh, these are actually pretty good here. Ultra Ball and double colorless. 1 flipped holo, so this is a reverse holo card. Rather than being foil on the art, it's foil on everything but the art. It has like this cool psychic eye or whatever it is in the background for each of them. Also, we have the drum roll. Triple poison. Active run is poison. Put 3 damage counters instead of 1. And then, our rare in the pack is... Oh! Okay, cool. That was worth buying one pack for. Solgaleo GX. Who is a 250 GX Pokemon. You have to evolve it from the Cosmog and the Cosmium. Solgaleo and Lunala are very powerful cards. Though Solgaleo has the problem of Steel isn't a super great type at the moment, is missing some anyway, that's irrelevant. Anyway, this is a like rainbow. Okay, actually I can show it here. There's multiple different versions of Solgaleo. There's Solgaleo normal, which is this Solgaleo. There's Solgaleo there's this Solgaleo. This Solgaleo. I think those two promos. And then we have this is the full art Solgaleo and the rainbow art Solgaleo. Whew. So, 4 different arts. One's a promo. This one's from a tin, I believe. But yeah, so we have this is the like normal full art, and then this is the rainbow one. Anyway, Solgaleo is pretty cool. I really like that Pokemon. Thought about building a deck about him today. So, let's open this breakthrough pack too while we're in here. It had a lock by it, which meant it was like a purchased pack or like a given pack, not an earned one, so it can't be traded. Traded packs can also be traded. So we'll see what's in this one. This one has Mewtwo and Mega Mewtwo and a number of things. Hey, Ghastly. We get to this will show off the variety of Pokemon that exist in this game. We have like, you know, Ghastly, Rufflet, Remoraid. Remoraid I've seen around because Octillery's strong. Starly, look at this Starly. I like the little background on this one. The art is also a incredible plus for this game. The art in Pokemon is very cool because it's very varied. Very varied. 2 words. Prinplup, Dedenne, eating the berries, and Heavy Ball searches for Pokemon with a retreat cost of 3 or more. The retreat cost is how much it costs energy-wise to switch from that Pokemon to another one. Oh, hey. Alright, we dipped the Raichu in the gold. Break Pokemon are an evolution above a normal evolution of a Pokemon, where you put it over the card and it grants new attacks and higher HP. It's basically either dipping the Pokemon in the gold or the Pokemon going Super Saiyan. Whichever you like more. I like the dip in gold. It works better for things like Bronzong. Ooh, Mamoswine, yeah. Rules question. I was led to believe that only one condition can be on a Pokemon. Ghastly is a kind of Pokemon that breaks that rule. You can only have one of the conditions that rotate the card. So Paralysis rotates it one way, Confusion rotates it one way, and Sleep rotates it another, to the left, right, or back. But Poison is just a token that's placed on it. Poison can be on any Pokemon. Much like Burn. So those do stack. Mamoswine here takes 30 less damage from... It has Thick Fat, which is the ability to take half damage from fire and water attacks, so it has 30 damage less. This is a pretty cool one. It's also huge, 160. Anyway, let's go back into a game. I want to show off... Yeah, how Strange MD is put, and people are putting it is more correct. So we're going to do Sniper Owl. As you might guess, Sniper Owl is a deck around Decidueye. Decidueye being the starter I love. Decidueye GX is very strong. This is one of the many different variations of the Decidueye deck. Decidueye, I just picked this up today. Decidueye is one of the most popular decks in the current standard. This is the Rainbow Decidueye variant. We're playing Rainbow Energy to allow us to use attackers of various types. So, Decidueye is not much of an attacker, but each turn, you can just put 2 damage counters, 20 damage, on one of your opponent's Pokemon. One of the problems I have with Pokemon TCG follows the method that more rare is better, though the new Garbo might change that. Yeah, I can't disagree with that, especially with upcoming Tapu Lele, but, we're gonna be seeing... Like, I'll be showing off a deck that's a lot more of like a budget deck that should work really well anyway. Anyway, this is the Rainbow variant that also works off of Vileplume, which is a bullshit card. That's all I have to say about Vileplume. It's kind of a dumb card. So time for Sniper Owl. We're fighting a Fairy deck. Fairy Psychic. This is probably Gardevoir EX and Mega Gardevoir because Psychic Fairy tells me that. They have a neat Charizard coin. That's cool. You get to pick your coin, you get to pick your deck, and you get to pick your deck box, and you get to pick your sleeves. Really, the bullshit is Forest, yeah, but... Okay. So, we get to start off here with Jolteon or Espeon. I'm going to start with Jolteon in the active. Jolteon here's attack. Flash Ray is during your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage that basic Pokemon would deal. However, that might not be great because if they're actually doing Gardevoir, Mega Gardevoir, they actually will be an evolution. But this has free retreat, so we can change our choice. Oh, they're going heavy on the bench. I'm gonna... Very heavy on the bench. This is very likely Gardevoir. Gardevoir discards the Pokemon off the bench to deal more damage. We're gonna put Espeon out, because, yep. Gardevoir EX. I'll find... There's two different ones, actually. There's actually two different ones. You can see this has Life Leap and Shining Wind. This one here has Link Blast and Luminous Blade. But they're both named Gardevoir EX, so they're the same. That's a pass? Oh boy. Let's go Forest to Giant Plants. Now here's a question. Ultra Ball discards 2 cards to search for a Pokemon, and I want to do that. Forest to Giant Plants lets you evolve plant Pokemon the turn they come into play, which is this card is a little unfair. Yeah, Broken Time Space was a card that just did it for everything. Yeah, Jolteon's eyes are foily. Do I want to discard both my energy cards? That seems like overkill. Yeah, Forest is... Plant Pokemon can evolve the turn they come in. We're going to go ahead and discard Dartrix and our DCE. Double Colorless Energy. To... Yeah, let's go find Shaman. Yeah, Shaman sounds good. I have ways of getting plant Pokemon back from the discard, so we're going to go ahead and play our energy on there. Deals 10 damage, but it counts as every type. That's what this card does. Let's Shaman up to 6 cards again. Yeah, sorry, I'll try and read these. Oh, here, Rowlet. It's a Rowlet. Level Ball lets us go grab a 90 HP or less Pokemon. We're going to go grab an Oddish. The other thing we're going to do, this is a bit weird, but we're going to use Ultra Ball, discarding the Oddish to go grab Gloom. And I realize that's, like, weird, but the other card in my hand, Revitalizer, picks up 2 plant Pokemon from the discard. So, we go ahead and play Revitalizer. Pick up Oddish and Dartrix. So we get to play our Oddish. We get to play Dartrix. We play Gloom. And we have not played our supporter, so we will discard our hand to draw 7 cards. Well... Okay, there's a double colorless. Now, I could choose between putting Lugia out or putting out another Rowlet, and I think another Rowlet's the better choice here. Yeah, let's go another Rowlet. I love this little orb. I love you, Bird Orb. And evolve into Dartrix. We're going to discard Lugia and Oddish to go find the Crown de Resistance, Vileplume. Vileplume says, each player cannot play item cards. Yeah, normally you'd have to wait to evolve. This is all the Forest to Giant Plants. Each player's plant Pokemon can evolve in the first time that he or she played it. So, we're going to go ahead and play Vileplume, so that players cannot play item cards. So, Ultra Ball, Level Ball, Trainer's Mail, and Revitalizer couldn't be played. Sycamore still can. So, we still get to attack with Swift. It does 30 damage and isn't affected by any effects or weaknesses or resistance. Vileplume has always been a vile Pokemon. This was an ability on Dark Vileplume way back in... Oh god, was that Team Rocket's, like, set? I think it was Team Rocket's set. Alright. So, next turn we're going to play N, which is going to allow us to draw some additional cards. Because it's a supporter, and hopefully draw into our Decidueyes. Ooh, that's, uh-oh. That's what I get for not having a float stone at the ready, right? That's gonna suck. So Lysander is just is a gust of wind, force your opponent to switch from one Pokemon to another. And Geomancy, this attack, searches your deck for 2 energy and puts them on 2 different Pokemon. Hope we play Olympia. There is 1 Olympia in this deck. Hope it's not prized is the other question. The trick with things being prized is that, like, when 1/10 of your deck is gone, one-ofs sometimes just ruin your day. Okay, well, we did draw into a Decidueye. We can't play any of these cards, but we can play the end, though. So let's play our Decidueye. And Decidueye is going to start, Feather Arrow sniping. I'm just going to start sniping at this, actually, no, Let's put 1 hit on the Xerneas. So the reason I'm hitting Xerneas rather than starting to hit a Gardevoir is that the attack here does 70 damage, the Flash Ray. And Rainbow Spear, or sorry, Xerneas will have 80 health left here. So if I get this back into the active, I can just go ahead and knock it out. Like I can plink it and knock it out. Shaman for 1 card. Oh, desperation. Anyway, this is the reason we can operate under the item lock. We have Decidueye just snipe, snipe. Yep, we are the hunter. Steady shot, 15 turns to win. Most evolutions were made unplayable at 2-turn rule, but that's my personal... Yeah. Oh, thank you. I actually needed a new hand. These level balls and Ultra Ball are useless cards, and this couldn't be played. So, 6 new cards I will take. Again, maybe we'll find Olympia. Well, there's the Float Stone we can't play. So they're going to keep thinning their deck and setting up Pokemon, and it allows them to set up these Gardevoirs in the background, which is powerful stuff. I am going to... I'm going to go ahead and play the double colorless over here on Espeon to set Espeon up. Espeon's first attack allows you to de-evolve a Pokemon, which isn't generally useful, but sometimes it can get the kill. Like Dartrix has 80 HP, Decidueye's 240. If there's 80 damage on it and you de-evolve it, it dies. Alternately, I could just start energying up Vileplume and retreat. That actually doesn't sound like the worst idea. Let's do that instead. Alright, let's start sniping the one that has a Spirit Link on it. So the retreat cost on this is 3, which means I have to discard 3 energy to retreat. So it's gonna be a little bad, but you know, we'll see how it plays out. If Mega Devo joke every time you devolve, I call a judge. Another thing about retreating is that might not actually be... does Floatstone pay the energy cost once, or is it repeatable? It's repeatable, but you can only retreat once per turn. Let's draw a new 7. Hopefully we find a Decidueye! Yay! My Olympia prize, then. Alright, let's start sniping. So, Flash Ray. It's for 70. Doesn't kill it, but I can just plink it, and then it'll die off. The trick here is I'm actually worried about them evolving into a Mega Gardevoir. Are there Pokemon that increase retreat costs without blocking retreat outright? Yes. There's stadiums that do as well. I think Team Aqua's stadium ups a retreat cost by 1 of all non-Team Aqua Pokemon. Oh, Vileplume's back. This is a very rude strategy. I can't deny that. This is the power of Decidueye. Oh, here we go. So Hoopa's gonna go grab their Megas. Alolan Dugtrio increases. Yeah. There's the Mega Gardevoir. Are there ways you can de-evolve away Mega Pokemon? Well, First Attack here would do something like that. De-evolve their Pokemon. What denotes a Team Aqua Pokemon? It would be named Team Aqua's Sharpedo. I'll try and find one. Nope, this is going to be a... Ooh. Alright, we're taking... Oh, this is where we're going to start taking damage, isn't it? Now this is in the active. Despair Raid is 110 plus. They would have to discard their entire bench to kill off my Jolteon. So this is a Mega Gardevoir. You could discard any number of bench Pokemon to have it deal 10 extra damage. 120, discarding, I assume, the... Oh, yep, so I can't snipe. Sure, that makes sense. So I want Regice in play, because this makes EX Pokemon just not deal damage. So that's what I'm going to work towards next. Let's go ahead and... keep sniping. So this has 210 HP and is at 170. So our snipers next turn will take it out. Yeah. Retreat? Retreat won't help you. I can snipe that. What? I'm gonna snipe it. You can't retreat. There's no such thing as retreat. Hey, another Rainbow Energy and a Revitalizer. You may put 2 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon. So it's like, it is placing damage counters and not dealing damage. So it won't, like, deal weakness, and there are ways that... Regice does not prevent it. Well, Regice wouldn't prevent it because Regice prevents EXs, not GXs. And that's another thing that, like, this specifically is different. Yeah, our hand's a little big. So, Shaman here is just gonna freaking die. I'm gonna murder you, Shaman. Let's get some more cards. More Owlets, more Shamans. Yes, yes, yes! Yeah, it says effects of attacks. Yes, discarding the bench, but also discarding his energy. You're correct. That is indeed how it would go. So yeah, weakness is dealing double damage. You take 2 times damage from lightning Pokemon, Shaman. Was that a Sycamore? Oh, that was a Sycamore, not an N. Oof. Okay, so I have a pretty interesting tech here that I'm going to use. Is there a max hand size? No. So this is going to be a pretty silly attack here. So we're going to put Espeon in the active. Espeon is going to go ahead and be our active Pokemon. And yeah, I can play the Rainbow Energy. We're going to put down... I think we're going to put down another Sniper rather than the Regice. I think we want to snipe as much as possible. So... oh, but this has weakness. Well, that's fine. So, here's going to be the trick. So, Mega Pokemon, as I mentioned, when a Pokemon becomes a Mega Pokemon, your turn ends. But if you have the Spirit Link on, your turn does not end. The Spirit Link is an item, which cannot be played. Let's play a Borb. Let's upgrade our Borb. Let us upgrade our Borb even more. So, we're going to go ahead and use Miraculous Shine to put opponents' evolved Pokemon into their hand. Zoop! So now it's just a Gardevoir. And if they try to evolve into a Mega Gardevoir, they will fail. This one did not have a Spirit Link, was the trick. The Spirit Link was the one we killed. They never got a Spirit Link onto their others. Yeah, this one just did not have it. So the Miraculous Shine usually doesn't do too much, but here, it's doing a lot. Just a Gardevoir. Yeah, I say. Well, also this Gardevoir is like the Gardevoir, Kirlia, and Ralts, like, hanging out. Again, this is part of that like, the one series the Flareon's from as well, with the little chain on it. They evolve into Mega Gardevoir, and sadly, that is actually going to be the game here. I'm going to go ahead and put this on here. We're going to deal... We're going to go ahead and just keep on sniping. Keep on sniping. Keep on sniping. And Espeon here is going to use Psyshock for the final hit. And that's it. Okay, we won a game. Oh wow, my Olympia must have been like way down there then. Olympia is a supporter that lets you switch Pokemon out. So you can play it and move your... Nope. We hit a box we already had, but we get the 5 coins anyway. Boxes are generally worth about 25 coins, though I think there's more coins going on these days. So we can see our opponent's deck. That's an option you can check, by the way, if you want or do not want your opponents to see the deck you're playing. So, yep, their entire deck is based around Gardevoir and Mega Gardevoir. They were playing this Mega Gardevoir. This is the one that just hits for amount of energy you have on, rather than... So again, this is 2 different Mega Gardevoirs. I realize the arts on these are very overwhelming. The difference is this one is a Fairy and Psychic. This one is just a Fairy. Yep. Yeah, so you can turn that on or off. I always have it on because I'm cool with letting my opponent see what decks I'm playing. And I think we get 2 tickets. Yep. So, tickets are used to enter mini tournaments. Yeah, the shiny Gardevoir there. Tickets are used to enter events which are mini 8-person tournaments where you win packs. Most of the stream was funded by me flushing my tickets into packs by going into some tournaments and expanded. They had 24 ticket expanded tournaments, and I just brought Blastoise to bear. I'll show Blastoise off at the end of today's stream. But you go ahead and you win Sun and Moon boosters and other boosters by spending tickets to enter, and it's a fun like event sort of thing. Anyway, our next deck we're going to show off. Anyway, I'm very happy to show off our buddy the Sniper Owl. So again, Decidueye is in a lot of different decks at this time, because you deal damage without needing to attack, and you get to snipe at their back row. Like, if I have Decidueye set up, it's very hard to, like, for a different deck, let's say, Garchomp V1 here, to set up on the back when they have a 60 HP Gible and are trying to evolve it, and this just gets pew, 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 sniped off before it can evolve. The next deck I want to show off is Touchdown. This is the more budget deck I have, based around Passimian. Passimian's first attack is alright, dealing 30 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. That's what we're here for, and we're never going to use that one. It's nice, though. Team play is double colorless, so we can feed it with a single single double colorless energy from way over here. Yep. So that fades it. It does 10 damage plus 30 for each benched Passimian. So if you have one of these active, 3 on the bench, it deals 100 damage. Well, or if you have Mew, who can use the attacks of your basic Pokemon, you can have all 4 Passimian on your bench. And deal 130 with one attack for a double colorless energy. Using that, we just keep these Passimians rolling and try to outstrip our opponent, because we're only losing 1 prize every knockout we take, and if we can knock out EXs faster, we take 2. So, let's see how this one plays out. Passimian's just an uncommon from Sun and Moon. Mew is from Fates Collide, which is 2 sets old. Is a rare from that. Oh, they have water. You can see the types of Pokemon in their deck. Ooh, sweet. Our coin here. Go heads. We'll lose on that. Oh, we won on that one. All right. I like to go first in this game. It's kind of weird. The first is on the right. So, Passimian's also in one of the Sun Moon theme decks? Yes. All right. So we got a Passimian to start. Not actually the greatest start, but that's fine. We will deal. Yeah, Gornterax, you're talking about... What does the Gordo in our hand do? The Gordo in our hand is a Gordo that, you can put it on your Pokemon, it's a tool. It falls off at the end of your at the end of your opponent's turn, but you put 6 damage counters on anything that attacks that Pokemon. So it's a 1-turn item... Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I was the one who was supposed to hit done there. Whoops, I didn't realize that. Uh-oh. Our opponent's playing Decidueye. It's a good thing we're going first. We're going to need to use our items quickly to not, in case they are playing the lockout. So yeah, if we get attacked, they take 6 damage. So let's draw our extra card. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is a Borb. It's a Jolteon. Jolteon's quite bad for us. Luckily, we have weakness on it, so we should be able to knock it out in 1 attack. But if this attack gets off, our basic Pokemon can't deal damage, so we don't have a good way around it. I might go ahead and... Have I teched a Pokemon Ranger? Yeah, there should be one in this deck. There's also Lysander, Escape Rope in here. There's a number of ways around it. Ultra Ball 1, 2, Ultra Ball 1, 2... Yeah, we have enough cards for double Ultra Ball. Town Map lets us see if our Passimians are prized. That's a big issue with a deck like this. If your Passimians are prized, that really ruins your damage output. Professor Kukui is a cool card. You draw 2 cards, which is kind of lame for a supporter compared to, like, Sycamore. But you do 20 more damage on the turn you play Kukui. So, it's good stuff. Alright, how many Passimians are in our... Okay, there's 2 Passimians in our deck. That means there is 1 Passimian prized. Ugh. Okay. Kukui's very good. Go for the Shaman? Yeah, go for the Shaman on the second one, I think. Yeah, Kukui, I love Kukui. I play 1 Kukui in most of the decks I have because I love Kukui. So we dropped a 6. Okay. We get a double colorless here. We get a Mew on the bench. We get to Ultra Ball, 1, 2. We have ways of getting our energy back, so don't worry about that. Specifically, we have Special Charge. Shuffle 2 special energy from your discard back into your deck. Oranguru just draws up to 3. It's our sort of just sitting around drawing cards engine. So, Passimian number 3, which means we're doing 70 damage, plus 10 is 80 damage, doubled is 160. We have lethal on this Jolteon now. So let's draw 7 cards, and we will likely pass at that play. How many... Alright, I think I'm going to go ahead and play the Nest Ball to go put Rangaroo on our bench and pass. Nest Ball grabs a basic and just puts it on your bench. This does not trigger Shaman because this needs to be played from hand. And we can't attack, it's turn 1. So, that's our turn 1. We are down to 28 cards in deck. That's turn 1 in a Pokemon game. You just see half your deck. That's normal. That's literally... Oh, sweet, they had to play their supporter first? That generally means their hand is not very good. We might be able to knock out the Jolteon next turn. I'm very hopeful about that. Ooh, Skyfield! Skyfield lets you have 8 Pokemon in play. In this deck, it's important because then we can have Passimian, and this, and we can just all sorts of things. Oh, boy. Oh, here it is. Our Archer... Our Borb. So... They retreated the Jolteon because that is free retreat. And they're sacrificing the Borb to not let us take out Jolteon because we would do 10, 30, 40, 70, plus this 80, doubled to 160, which is the knockout. Let's go ahead and play Skyfield. But there's a problem there for them. I'm going to play this Trainer's Mail. Let's grab a Puzzle of Time. Puzzle of Time is either look at the top 3 and rearrange them, or if you have 2 of them, it's double regrowth. So this card is very powerful to have around. We already... So they're throwing this Rowlet under the bus, except my buddy Lysander has something to say about that. Let's put me on the bench too. Giant rock! Alright, we have to find the Passimian. We didn't town map, so we don't know which one it is. We did not find the Passimian. Uh-oh. Ooh, Teammates, though. Teammates is one of the cards that makes this deck function. You can only play this if you had a Pokemon that was knocked out on your opponent's turn. Double D-Tutor. Double D-Tutor is... yeah, like, search your deck for 2 cards. It is just as powerful as it sounds. Alright. So they're going to start sniping out the Mews, I guess? That's fine. That's probably a smart thing to do. Well... we could versus Seeker for Lysander to pull this Decidueye into the active. That might be fine. We're dealing 80. I take that out in 3 attacks. Yeah, I'm dealing 80 damage. I'd take that out in 3 hits. That's probably a good play. Let's start threatening that GX. I could also just go ahead and take out Dartrix here. We're dealing 80, so I could just knock out the Dartrix. I think I'm going to go ahead and play Lysander. I have a normal Lysander too. I like the full art one a lot though. So we're gonna start working on this one. $80 damage. Let's go. Ooh, nice top deck. And lets them draw up to 6, and we go down to 4. Hey, Olympia. Oh, there's a second Decidueye. So this lets us switch, and then heal 30 off of who we switch into. Switch off of. Whoever we put on the bench heals 30. Ooh. They might use Hollow Hunt. Okay. That N put us in a bit of a... Olympia is... God, that's the Psychic Gym Leader from XY. She has a Galaxy Cape. Look at the damn Galaxy Cape. Oh, wait, you're telling me I can discard a Shaman off my bench? Oh, I see Oddish. Uh-oh. Now let's get the Shaman off the bench. So they have to knock out 6 real. So they're gonna just knock out this Mew. They'll take a prize for it, but... Because this only has 50 HP. Mew's very, very weak to damage. So they'll take a prize. Down to 5. They only need to... If they knock out all of our Pokemon, we are out of it. Hollow Hunt GX. Choose 3 cards in your discard pile and put them in your hand. Oh boy. This would be a great time to draw N. To make them shuffle away the hand they just picked up. They're probably going to get the Oddish going. That would be my guess. Level Ball, N, DCE. DCE lets them attack with the Decidueye. Oh, double puzzle of time. Alright. Excellent. So let's play the town map. Actually, hold on. Let's. What are we returning? So double puzzle of time is double regrowth. We can pick up 2 cards from the graveyard. Any 2. What seems good here? I'll draw 7, like Sycamore might be good. Alright, let's play the town map. So, as we can see, there's our Passimian. So next time we get a knockout, we can grab the Passimian. Let's go ahead and play Puzzle of Time. 20 damage change our plans at all? Not enough against Decidueye. Decidueye has 150 remaining HP. I don't think that changes our plans, sadly. I would like to play 2 Puzzle of Time, please. I'm going to pick up... probably the Skyfield and the Sycamore to draw a new hand. Yeah, that seems fine. We're going to play Special Charge. This will let us shuffle the double colorless energy back into our deck. Going to play Skyfield so that they can't evolve the Gloom immediately unless they have another copy of it. And we're going to draw 7 cards. Other Puzzle of Time, another DC. I want to hold this to throw on here. Alright, let's get some damage going. Okay. Decidueye to 170. Yeah, so we needed 50 more sorry, we needed 70 more damage to knock out there. So level ball, they can go grab Gloom. There's Gloom. Now Vileplume is quite a problem for us, but without a forest of giant plants, they cannot evolve immediately into it. Oh, I think they just picked one up. Yep, evolve into there's a forest. Okay, so Vileplume's gonna come. Oh boy, is that the third? Yep, that's the third Decidueye. Oh no, shit. That's bad. They don't have the Vileplume yet, but 5 new cards, and we're down to 4 different cards. Ugh, 3 items. Oh boy, don't have it. Okay, Feather Arrowing. Look at this sniping going on. Okay, they didn't have it. So there's the knockout. They get a prize. We're going to move Mew into the active because Mew has free retreat. Okay, let's see what we draw. Fighting Fury Belt. That's good for Mew. So we're going to revive Passimian. So this lets you just pick a Pokemon from your discard and put it on your bench. Hi. This way we don't lose our damage output. We have a DC in the grave. I probably want to shuffle that one back in. Do we have one in the... No, we do not. Mew does have the kill. Assuming I draw an energy for Mew. So let's go... Special Charge, shuffle in an energy so that I have a higher chance of drawing it. Put a Fighting Fury Belt on Mew. And I'm actually going... Oh, okay, let's use a Rangaroo. Draw a card. Drop to 3. Okay. That sucks. VS Seeker, and we're going to go ahead and play Sycamore. Not exactly what I wanted to see there. So we draw 7 cards, and that's not oh boy, that's bad. Uh-oh. Oh, crap. Those are the odds. I think we pass. We're okay. Everything's still fine. It's not great, but we're still okay. So, they can't snipe the Mew off because the Mew has a Fighting Fury belt for plus 40 HP. So it has 70 health remaining, meaning it can't be sniped. And they're just gonna start spreading damage to knock out our thing. Okay. So they get a prize. We're gonna put up this Passimian. I'm probably just going to Sycamore. Oh, there we go. I'll hold the Sycamore. I will also VS Seeker Lysander back to my hand. That actually could get us the game later. We'll see. I don't want... The reason I'm using the VS Seeker now rather than later is because the VS Seeker is an item. If they draw their Vileplume, I can't use it. So let's go ahead and team play for enough damage to get the knockout. So we knock out a GX, we get 2 prizes, we're taking Passimian, and we're taking... We'll take the Mew. Alright, we only need 1 more GX knockout to win. They still need 3 knockouts to win. And they lost their energy, so they don't have an attacker unless they draw an energy for this Decidueye. Revitalizer. Oh, they're going to pick up the Rowlet, and yep. Looks like Decidueye's back. So the Sniper's not gone. That's, yep, here it comes. The return of the Sniper. Ultra Ball for Vileplume. Yep, Ultra Ball for Vileplume. Whew. We are in a pickle. There's the Vileplume. So no, now we can't play item cards. And they have an attacker. Okay. That's quite bad. How much time do we have before we lose is the question. That's a mistake, I think. Okay, so Hex Maniac turns off abilities for a turn. That's it's a spicy move. So we drew our Hex Maniac. Let's go ahead and put our Passimian on the bench. Alright, so we're dealing 110 damage with an attack. If I Hex Maniac, that means they don't have their abilities to snipe for a turn. Which might be relevant. Also, I could, rather than Hex Maniac, I could go for, I might want to actually swap out this Decidueye. I think that's actually the game plan here. I think I'm going to... So I'm going to go ahead and pull out this Decidueye, the one that doesn't have energy. Can you play items in Hex Maniac? Yes. Do we have items we want to play? Not yet. We have revives I want to play, but I don't want to play them until I have dead things. So I'm going to go ahead and Lysander out this Decidueye. Now this way... The attacker is in the back, and the one with the float stone is also in the back. So I might be able to knock this one out. However, we're going to lose 2 Passimians on our turn. They're going to go to 1 prize left. So let's go ahead and team play. For 110 damage. Oh, I should have played the Mew. That was a misplay. That might cost me. That might cost me. Should have played the Mew. Playing the Mew would maybe allow me to hit for 130, which is a lethal attack. Anyway, they're going to one card left. So we don't have much time is the biggest issue. I need to draw a double colorless energy next turn. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I need to draw a double colorless. I think if I don't draw a double colorless, I don't have a chance of winning. Are you Lysandering and Rangaroo to the active? Ooh. Okay. Well, Rangaroo's stuck in the active. How are we winning? Let's ask that question. In what universe are we winning? How do I win this game? And I think the answer is... I still need to draw a revive. So let's go ahead and Hex Maniac. Mew. Revive Pissimian. How many DCs do you have left? Is this just a threat? No, you got more. And you're probably holding with that many cards left in hand. Yeah. That's fine. Yeah, because if I pick up Hex Maniac again, that's maybe my only... No, I think I actually need to pick up, like, Olympia and then draw into... No, nothing's gonna work here. I don't have the cards I need. So I thought that if I had played the Mew last turn, I would have lethal here, but I'd actually be down Pissimians and I wouldn't have enough damage. Also, I don't have the DC, so none of it matters. So they don't have abilities. That means they can play items. I think from here that means that's game. Yeah. Well, the point is, yeah, Mew dies to the feathers if they get abilities, but that's not the point was to get a lethal hit on this Decidueye. But we're not doing that, so that's that game. That was a close one. I think I might have had a few tighter lines of play to deal a little bit more damage. Which is kind of reasonable. I guess I haven't actually... I sort of put this together 2 days ago. They have no cards in deck. You don't lose until you fail to draw at the start of your turn. But very good games. Well played. Oh, I can't even give them the well played. Oh no! You have emotes. You have Hearthstone emotes. There used to be a chat, but now it's just Hearthstone emotes. You have little faces you get to make. Anyway, I guess that does show off how that deck is supposed to function, though. It's all about Pissimians and just dealing as much damage as possible. And keep recurring it. Let's see, the other deck I was going to show off, which show off was more of a thing. I haven't even tested this one. I built this one 3 hours ago for this stream because I had a poll, and it was just Eevees. Which Eevee do you like? And the answer was Umbreon to the poll. So we're doing something with Umbreon. Umbreon GX is a very powerful Pokemon. All of the GX Eevees are very powerful. So let's take a look at Umbreon GX's attacks here. We have Strafe, which is, again, that's very difficult to... Do I have an easier to read one? No, not really. Okay. So, Strafe is 30 damage, and you swap it from the active with another Pokemon. Shadow Bullet is 90 damage plus 30 to a bench for Dark and Double Colorless. And then Dark Call discards 2 energy from your opponent's Pokemon. All 3 of these are very good. Of note, Shadow Bullet is a better version of Darkrai EX's first printing's attack, which is a known buster of an attack. Yeah, Strafe is like Volt Switch, U-Turn, that sort of thing. Espeon is a similar thing. 1 energy for Confusion and 30. Psychic is 60 plus 30 for the amount of energy on your opponent's active. And Divide is just 10 counters on your opponent's Pokemon. Spread any way you want. There's an upcoming Sylveon GX as well. All of these are made specifically to work with the Energy Evolution Eevee. When you attach a basic energy from your hand to this Pokemon, you can search your deck for a card that evolves from this Pokemon that's the same type as the energy, and put it on this Pokemon to evolve it. So you play the Eevee, you put a Dark Energy on it, you go ahead and immediately have an Umbreon. You play an Eevee, you put a Psychic Energy on it, boom, Espeon. Like, this is a very powerful like Eevee. It's a known Eevee. This is a almost reprint of this Eevee, though it has more health than this Eevee, the older Energy Evolution Eevee. This one has 60 health, but a attack that basically doesn't do anything. This one has 50 health and attack that also will never do anything. There are many different Eevees in this world, as you can see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's so many Eevees. This one's in the frozen. This one's in the frozen. Get that Eevee of fighting energy. Alright. So, this is all about Eevees. Also, we're playing Zoroark. Because Zoroark is a dark type that I enjoy. I don't know how good this deck's going to be. I haven't tested it yet. The Passimian one I've played against, so I know how it's going to work. Uh-oh. I know that color combo. Are we going to be seeing another, Also, I gave it the Froakie coin, because I like the Froakie coin. Alright. So I'm going to lead with, we're going to lead with the Eevee. And we're going to put the Zorua on the bench. I'm not going to put the second Zorua on the bench, because I want to be able to discard it. They are probably playing Orb. Yep, this is Orb deck. By the way, Orb deck is known. I talked about it being one of the most popular decks. Wasn't kidding. Orb deck is a well tried and true deck. So we're gonna get to see the Borb all the time. But we have, I have included an interesting piece of technology for the Borb in our deck. Oh, immediate! Oh god, it's here! Oh no! Uh-oh! It's turn 1! We're getting sniped! Let's see if we can draw into our technology for Borb. We might not, we might. We'll see. Uh-oh, okay, Dartrix. Oh god, are they getting a second one? If they get 3 on turn 1, they can just knock out this Eevee before I get a chance to do anything. Dartrix, don't have a Decidueye. Don't have a Decidueye. So... Okay, they're aiming for the Zora. Can you abilities turn 1? Yes. Alright, let's see, how do we want to do this? They have no energy in play. I'm gonna go ahead and... Ultra Ball for another Eevee. Ooh, this is bad. Okay, so I included a number of these Jolteon style effects in the deck. They make all of your stage 1 Pokemon into like lightning in addition. There's a Flareon and a Vaporeon as well. You might notice they're not here. They're missing. They're gone. They don't exist. That means they're prized. So let's Shaman.
Well, we drew into it, Umbreon. Would you like to search for a Pokemon that evolves from it? Yes. We're also going to overwrite your stadium. So we're going to go ahead and have Dark Pokemon deal extra damage. I can't play this yet because we just played this turn. Oh, I flubbed that hard. Why did I put Bursting Balloon on that Pokemon? Whoops. Whoopsie! Hey, Zoroark. Maybe, just maybe, I can get this down. Well, that's okay. I can do this. Bursting Balloon on that one. Switch to this Eevee. Zoop! Yeah, putting the balloon on the Pokemon in the active was incorrect because of the strafe. Gotta get that mentally out of my mind. The reason I have Zoroark in here is that it does 30 damage for each of their benched Pokemon. Which is quite a lot. Please tell me you only got the one. Nope, we're getting double sniped. Goodbye, Zora. Dang. So many balloons. More balloons than you can imagine. Level ball for an Oddish. Oh, nope, Rowlet. Okay. Oh god, they want more owls. More owls! Deploy owls! I understand the want of owls. Please don't have more owls. Ooh. So, Mind Jack does 10 damage plus 30 for each Pokemon on their bench. Which makes Zoroark a very powerful option against this opponent. Problem being, it's going to be very hard to get a Zoroark into play. Luckily, they aren't doing, Oddish. They're not doing that gimmick here. Hollow Hunt. Oh, this is good. So, Hollow Hunt is their GX attack that picks up 3 cards from their discard. But we have Disruption. We're going to make them shuffle their hand away. They'll have 9 cards in hand, all this energy, Ultra Ball, whatever. I don't care. Shuffle them all away. So, would you like to search for a Pokemon that evolves from Eevee? Yes, I'd like another Umbreon GX in play, thank you. I'm going to go ahead and put a Bursting Balloon on the one on the bench. Overwrite overwrite this. And then we're going to play N, and your 9-card hand is going to become a 5. However, it does return that energy to them. Ooh, nice. Ooh, nice. We have a Zoroark dipped in gold in the deck that can copy an opponent's attack. Choose one of your opponent's attacks and use it. This does mean we could copy Hollow Hunt GX, and that would count as our GX attack if I know my plays correct. Okay, that's a 50-50 to kill this energy, which it's fine if it doesn't. It really doesn't matter. The damage is coming from the Decidueyes, not the from those, not the Anyway, so we have these 2 back and forth Umbreons, which is pretty good. Oh, there's the double colorless energy, so that means they are hitting for I think it's 90 on that. Razor Leaf, yeah. But if they attack into it, they take 60, so that's good. Oh, there's the 3rd Decidueye. Here we go. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Forest is back. That gets rid of our extra damage. Again, this is a very popular deck. The Decidueye deck is one that's super known. I don't know how long we'll be able to strafing run, though. Like, that's not something that's gonna last. So, we'll take 90. They'll take 60 from the balloon, though. So, it's not nothing. Don't care about Jolteon. I could Lysander to get this out of the active, to just, like, make it so they don't have this, but I think I'd rather draw cards. I'd rather, N again? I don't know if I want N again. N again sounds fine. I want a double colorless, though. God, this thing's dead next turn. Shit. Because it's just gonna get sniped. Oof, that's bad. What are you at? 110? You'd go to 140. I don't like this very much. Ooh, Crushing Hammer I do like. That could give us an out. Okay. How many energies do you have in the discard right now? Just a double colorless. Okay, I think I'm going to Strafing Run and deal 30, and then... Oh dear, that's just not enough. 30 plus 90 is too... Ugh, that's close. Give me the Shaman. Okay. Could Dark Call to discard both energies on this. Is that worth it? That slows you down. We're still losing our Umbreon, because it's just getting to steady shot forever. So that's fine. We can use Super Rod, which shuffles 3 Pokemon and basic energy cards into your from your discard into your deck. Oh, okay. Well, maybe we won't have that. Good on them to play the N right there before they knock out, so it's not 4 cards. This hand looks very familiar. Something looks increasingly familiar from that. Anyway, that's a knockout. Let's put our Umbreon back in the active. Need to draw another Eevee. Well, okay, I can put that on the Zora. That'll be okay. So let's... Hey, that time we do get rid of the energy. I'm gonna put down the Zora. And I'm going to N to get our opponent down to 3 cards. And hopefully draw a double colorless energy is the hope here. It'll be on the far side if we do. We do! Sweet. Double colorless is 90 plus like 30 to that. Okay. This is what we need. So, Shadow Bullet, and we're going to deal... Let's actually deal to Jolteon. Ooh. Yep, Lugia EX is strong. This attack does 20 damage times the amount of energy attached to both. It's the kind of basic attacker that the decks play. So that'll deal 100 damage total. Strong stuff. What do I want to do next? Obviously evolve into Zoroark. I actually think I'm going to Professor Kukui. So, here's the play I'm going with. So, Professor Kukui gives us 20 more damage, which means I can Strafing Run on this attack. Which I think is correct. Like, if I strafe this, kill, switch to Zoroark, Zoroark has to get sniped plus attacked by Lugia, then I can come back in and try to knock out? That might be the best I have. Let's do that. Do I want to play an energy at all on these? It is safe to play an energy on Zoroark, though I might not want to. Because if I play energy on Zoroark, that means Lugia gets a better knockout, or an easier knockout without the sniping. What if I do it without the strafe? Without the strafe, I don't have a Lysander, and I've already... Yeah, let's commit to this. So... Yeah, we'll do it this way. This is even funkier. We're just putting a Shaman in the active. Hey, Vaporeon! Hey, Eevee! Alright, we've knocked out one Decidueye. 2 more to go. So, I'm basically using the Shaman as a sacrifice. This is the pawn I'm sacrificing. Because Zoroark has stand-in, the ability to switch into the active. At any time. Lysander is exactly what I'm looking for. Ooh, that is good. Oh, Dartrix. Okay, do you have a 3rd sniper? Oh man, if you have all 3 snipers again, that's gonna be really bad. Please just have the Lugia. Nope, triple sniper. Ugh. That's bad news. The second attack on Lugia isn't actually that impressive. Like, it didn't do 150, but, like, they're already winning if they're at that point in the game. They would have to have another DCE? The double colorless, they already have 2 in the discard. They would actually have to have the 4th one either not prized or in their 1-card hand after a supporter. Arrow Ball for 40. How am I winning this? Snipers take me out almost next turn. Like, because this gets sniped, and Shaman also was close to sniping. I'm on 2 turns of sniping, so I need to win in 2 turns. If I'm winning in 2 turns, how am I pulling it off? That's a start that gives me more health. Ah, both my Shamans are in play. I don't have one in deck anymore. That's probably game from there. This would be 160, not 170. The trick to knocking out the snipers in this deck is the Flareon I included, which is sadly prized. That is the card I included specifically to give us the ability to take out these snipers, because if we have Flareon in play, these Pokemon become fire, this one specifically. And then once it's fire, it's doing double damage, and that's enough to get a knockout. Let's pass turn. I think from here we're losing to just sniping. I don't think I can actually beat that many snipers. But yeah, we have a Flareon in the prizes, and that's supposed to be how I plan on dealing with things like that. If I drew Versus Seeker into Kukui, I could knock out I could use Zoroark to knock out Lugia, but... How much health does this have? 140? Yeah, 140. If I draw Hex Mania... No, I don't have the ability to play two supporters. God, that's half the plan right there, too. Because, like, Lysander, I can do this. Like, I can just pull this into the active and get a knockout. That was part of the plan, is that 160. Anyway, that's what the deck wants to do, is that. Are you the Flareon? There it is, Flareon! No, Flareon! Sadly, it's too late for this sniping to work out. If we had one more turn of living, I could knock out the Shaman EX in a similar manner. All types will apply. It goes weakness, then resistance, if I'm remembering my type application. Oh, right, I had a quest for that. There are quests. You get a daily quest for coins. I have 3 sitting around, because I haven't been doing, like, 10 evolution of these. These, though, I can probably easily do. But yeah, that is at least what the plan of the deck is. Sadly, I did get to show off the prize mechanic, though, which is something you have to consider in your deck building. Again, 1/10 of your deck at the beginning of the game is just, like, sitting aside to the prizes. So I'll pull up Eons now. This is the setup for Eons. One of each of these plays a Flareon, which makes them fire, makes them water, and then we have a Jolteon that makes them electric, so that we can crush on different weaknesses. We can't evolve energy evolution into these, we just have to do it normally. Prize is a necessity in this game for how, or else every game would just play out exactly the same. You're damn right. As you see, I see like almost over half my deck most of these games. The rest of the deck is a lot of these supporters and ways to deal with energy and try to keep that going. But yeah, that is that deck. I had one more I was going to show off. This one's an old one. This is a Volcanion deck, based around discarding fire energy for extra damage. But yeah, so I guess what I wanted to show is that the game has changed. Like, the GX Pokemon have made things a lot interesting in a different way. Decidueye is very powerful, and I'm very happy about that. Oh, I haven't shown off Tauros GX, which is just this ridiculous. Maybe I'll get to show that off in the last game I play here. Yeah, you go to draw your entire deck, but sometimes your deck is in your prizes. And, like, with a deck, like, again, with a deck like Passimian, if I go back to my deck tracker, to my deck manager, with a deck like the Passimian deck, Touchdown, if your Passimians or your Double Colorless are in your prizes, that can be a big problem. That is why I include a town map in the deck, so that I know. Also, there's another card you can include, Rotom decks, which you play it, count your prizes, shuffle them into your deck, and prize that many new cards. It basically reprises your prizes. So if you play town map, and see like, oh, 2 of my Passimians are in there, Rotom decks, boom, shuffle them back in, and like, you don't care about going down a card in this game as a lot, because card advantage is nowhere near as like a thing in this game, because you have things like Professor Sycamore, you have things like N, you have a lot of cards I don't play, but there's a lot of other ones. Lily is a supporter that if you play it on turn 1, you draw up to 8, or you draw up to 6. This, I'm looking at this art, and this art isn't like a, so, I look at the Shaman, I look at the Oranguru, and I look at, I don't know, just a lot of things in here. Let me pull up some of the, here's the Hypno. I love this one. There's the Hypno going, good night, babies. With the little Clefairy. And then if I go to the Clefairy, here is the actual Clefairy, and there's the Hypno in the background. You know, that sort of thing. This is just like generic. It's even this is just like Lily. This isn't Lily doing anything. It's just Lily. She's just sort of standing there. Yeah, a lot of the trainer art is just stock game art, is I guess what I'm saying. Yeah, like this is just the twins. That sort of thing. The Pokemon is where all the silly art is. Where's the other one? Char. Yeah. Here we go. We have. So for one of the you might recognize the art on these. This is from a set called Evolutions that came out. That was all these older cards like this. So we have Charmander and this Charmeleon. And then if I go over here, we got where's our Charizard at? Yeah, here it is. Hell yeah, Charizard. They upped the numbers on these. This is base set Charizard with the numbers upped to make it work with the current like power level of the game, rather than 120. Like it has a higher health total. It does more damage, but it still has energy burn. All energy attached to it is fire type. What are the other ancient ones they did? You know, I'm just gonna fill. I want to show these off. This set was really cool. Not very powerful, but very cool. Our good buddy Drowsy, Farfetch'd, and then my favorite, Imakuni's Doduo. Freaking Imakuni. Imakuni was in the Game Boy Color game. Yep, the Machop. This old Magnemite. Look at this thing. I love this art. The Hitmonchan basically unchanged. We have Metapod. Here's our good buddy Pikachu. I think the only change to Pikachu is upping the HP to 60 and giving him metal resistance, because metal didn't exist. But I think this is just the same numbers. Oh yes, there was a TCG site that was promoting this set. Rattata, Voltorb. I don't know. I love this. I really love this. Even though it wasn't this was a very like low power set. There weren't a lot of cards that came out of this set that were like, this is super playable. But it has a lot of great ones. I don't know, it's just Flying Pikachu. I played this Gyarados a lot back in the day. This is a different version of it, by the way. This is like the Dragon Rage attack wasn't what it had. 180, but you have to flip 2 heads on an attack to get it to work. Hitmonchan actually upgraded. Hitmonchan used to be 20 damage on this attack because that was the old Haymaker deck. Played Scyther. Scyther and Hitmonchan. Electabuzz, that sort of thing. This set also had some megas in it. Yeah, Machamp. Yeah, very, very high, like, nostalgia values, and, like, that's cool stuff to me. Like, I don't know, I liked it, because I really like these old... Like, they even used old card frame for them. Oh, Surfing Pikachu. Anyway, I'm going to do one last game of this, and then after that, I think I'm going to take a break. And then I'm going to come back with either Eternal or some Hearthstone. I'm going to come back with more cards. But I think we've got what I wanted out of this. I just want to show off one more deck. But I hope people are enjoying this, because it's just something different, you know? This is not, like, I like doing these, like, every once in a while to show off, where the hell's my deck? Oh, God. Where's Blast Hit? Oh, this is alphabetical. This far, okay. Blast It, if you watched the last stream, you'll be familiar with this deck. It's BS as hell. This deck is like the big old cheater. I am ready to be a big old cheater with this deck. Blast It is a deck that plays the old, if you remember the old Blastoise with Rain Dance, it's that Blastoise. Pokemon pretty vibrant game set. Snipers are sort of saturating the meta. Yeah, there's a new set coming out literally a week from today. Week from tomorrow. Week from today. There's a new set coming out with some very strong cards. I haven't touched on them much at all. But, yeah, I haven't touched on it at all, but there's a new set coming out, Guardians Rising. And there's a number of cards in there that are really big and going to change things up. Are there decks in this game that don't cheat? Is Pokemon real for doing booster drafts? No. They do pre-releases, but those are sealed. You don't draft. Alright, let's see if I can go off on turn 1. Pokemon's going well. Alright. We can go off on turn 1. Alright. We got it. Somehow with this hand, I'm going to turn 1 combo bullshit. Are you ready? I'm ready. Okay, so if I go Ultra Ball... So the way this combo works is I need to empty my hand and I need a Blastoise in my grave. So I'm actually going to... Let's Acrobike. Take the Suicune. Ultra Ball these two. Okay, Jirachi's still in the deck, and is Archie's Ace in the Hole? Archie's Ace in the Hole is still in the deck. Good. Oh, one of my Blastoises and one of my Executes are prized. I play multiples of my combo pieces because the combo pieces are Blastoises, Eggs, and Archies, and if all two of them are prized, I lose the game. That's why I play. That's why I play 2 instead of 1. So we grab this Blastoise. Blastoise here lets you play water energy as much as you like. Infinite of it. It's called Deluge, but it was Rain Dance on the original. We're gonna go ahead and Ultra Ball away Shaman and Blastoise. To go grab Jirachi. These Jirachis are going to get upgraded in the future to Tapu Lele soon. Anyway, because Jirachi is tiny, 90 HP for an EX, dies to anything. Its attack isn't really great, 60 damage for 3 energy in a deck that can't support it. But its Stellar Guidance ability is so powerful I play it anyway. How hard is it to get into? Not, like... As far as playing online, I guess I'll go over it a little bit after we finish this game, but the answer, pretty easy. But anyway, Stellar Guidance is so powerful I have to play this card anyway, for now, until Tapu Lele gets printed. But, would you like to search your deck for a supporter card? Yes, I would. Give me that Archie's Ace in the Hole, please. So we get Archie's Ace in the Hole, which you can only play if it's the only card in your hand. Choose a water Pokemon from your discard pile, put it on your bench, and then draw 5. And guess what doesn't care about evolution? It's putting a water Pokemon from your bench into your hand. Alright, there's Keldeo. I think let's start racking up the Keldeo energy. So Keldeo has Rush In, the same effect as the Zoroark does. It can switch to the active. But then it has Secret Sword, 50 damage plus 20 for each water energy on it. So, right now, it can't attack, but once it gets the third one, that will be a full 110 damage. This Eevee's probably evolving into maybe a GX, who knows. Oh, Sharon, draw 3. Okay. These aren't played as much, they're just flat draw 3. Tierno, Sharon, Hal, I think, has it. Anyway, here's Espeon GX. Espeon GX has Psybeam. Ooh, Psychic's very powerful against my setup. That's a strong choice. I go heavy on energy. So there's confusion. I have to flip a coin to attack. I'm going to play Sycamore immediately. I just need to draw a new hand. This hand is not great. Okay, Battle Compressor. Battle Compressor is a triple Entomb. Search your deck for 3 cards and discard them. Yeah. Let's use this to get rid of some of the worst cards at this point. I don't think I need... I do want Mewtwo. That's actually very powerful. I don't need the other Archies, and I actually want some of the energy in the grave. Let's put some of the extra energy in the grave. I actually don't have anything else I really want to, like, thin out. Maybe Supporter thinning out? Like... we're gonna play Rough Seas. Rough Seas is the healing again. Yeah, I don't really know what else I want to thin out. It gets bounced. If you play a devolution attack, it'll bounce that sort of thing. But like to this, I think it actually won't bounce this. I think this just counts as a non-evolved Pokemon. It's weird. It's in a weird rule state, is what it is. I think you're specifically asking about the Blastoise, Sprock, right? I don't know is the actual answer. I think it stays in play. I'm pretty sure it counts as an unevolved, like as just a Pokemon. I didn't play any extra energy because I 2-hit, and I don't want... I'm actually going to get hit if they play a double colorless. I'm going to get knocked out. So I don't want to overcommit on energy. There's the double colorless. N. Okay, that's fine. I actually like getting a new hand with this hand. This hand isn't great. Yeah, there's nothing under it, so I think it just doesn't bounce. That would be really lame if it did. Ooh, computer search. And another Keldeo. Alright, we should be fine then. So Psychic's gonna knock us out, and I think that's actually just gonna be game, because they don't have any Pokemon left. You know what? I'm just gonna show off the power of Blastoise. Who needs other Pokemon? So eggs are here as discard fodder. During your turn, before you can attack, if this is in your discard pile, pick it up. It says once per turn, but it doesn't see itself as the same card. So anyway, eggs is discard fodder for the Ultra Ball and for this. We're going to go ahead and discard these 2 cards to pick up 4 energy. 1, 2, 3, 4 energy. Are you ready? Time to make it rain. Hydro Pump, yeah! And that's making it rain. That's Rain Dance. That's my favorite extended deck. I love that one a lot. Like, this is the deck I had something like 48 tickets and played in these events to get some packs, and that deck just went undefeated because it just always goes undefeated. Like, the deck that gives me trouble is itself. I can usually stand up to anything else in the format. Night March is a problem. That's what the Articuno's for, knocking out Night March. So it's a fun deck. Anyway, you asked about getting into the game and how easy it is to get into the game, and there's a couple things about it. For one, the win currency is pretty easy to like start rolling in on, but when you start playing, as you noticed, a lot of those constructed decks in Standard are very finely tuned, and there's only one queue. And like there is a ranking system. It's like a hidden MMR, but like even then, it's still a hard time. I found when I started out playing in the theme deck, which is just like you play with there's a bunch of these different theme decks. You can either purchase from the store for 500 coins. Like a lot of these are which come with some really good cards too. A lot of staples or just things that are like in this one, Resilient Life. This one came with, I think it's a pair of Xerneas to start on like a fairy deck, along with a lot of these like Professor's Letter is a good like card to fill out. Though I think that actually gets replaced with an upcoming card from anyway. Great Ball is like a search thing. Evo Soda, which is search your deck for an evolution Pokemon and slam it down. You can like Sycamores, things like that. They replaced those XY starter decks with the Sun and Moon starters, but the Sun and Moon starters are stronger than these. I don't even think I have the Sun and Moon starters. I'd have to go play them. They're in the Trainer Challenge. I think I'd have to play to unlock them. Yeah, you can also play single player against the AI. You still earn packs and tokens against the AI. Things like that. You can see how, like, every deck unlocks a booster after you get to 12 wins against the AI. So, like, yeah, Hidden Depths. This is the Sun and Moon starter. I think is this one. I think it's this one. It might be the other one. So yeah, I found it really easy to get into. Also, it has a very good interface for everything. So I would probably play physical because I have some friends who do. Well, Kinetic Gibbon, let me tell you the good news. If you hit redeem codes, inside of every single pack of Pokemon cards in real life, and every single structure deck in real life, is a small card that I have one in my hand, but you can't see it. And on that card is a code, and you type that code in here, and it's like and hit submit, and it's going to tell me this is invalid because I just typed some letters. But if you buy a pack of Sun and Moon, it comes with the code. You put the code in here, you get a pack of Sun and Moon. If you buy a Precon deck in real life and put the code in here, you get the Precon deck. So if you're playing in real life, that doesn't harm you at all for building your collection. It actually makes it a lot easier to build your collection. It's basically every pack you buy in real life is also a pack on Pokemon TCG Online, which might be like the best feature of, like, one of the best features of the game. Like compare it to Magic Online, like where the two are completely separate. Things like that. It's very different. So they also have a number of, yeah, I know a lot of game. How many Contract from Belows have we cast so far? 17, 18, like a lot. What was the last? Was there anything else I wanted to do finishing this out? I've done a lot of contracting from below. I've done a lot of hanging out. This game could flat conceivably have contract from below, like a card that adds a prize. Yeah, ante a card. Yeah, you could do that. In fact, there's actually... I'm going to find the card Legend. Hi. This game has meld cards. They're like unreadable, but one of these, I forget which one of these, but it's like whenever it knocks out a Pokemon, just adds it to your opponent's prizes or some shit like that. Anyway, but yeah, so that's Pokemon TCG Online. I think I got to show off what I wanted. Like I said, there is a new set, Guardians Rising, coming out May 5th. This set has a lot of powerful stuff that's going to change a lot of the things that I showed off as far as viability. I think Decidueye is still going to be one of the best decks because Lugia gets upgraded into a... Again, I think I've mentioned Tapu Lele, and I've showed off enough cards that I can just show you what Tapu Lele is. Basically, Tapu Lele is, if I take this card here, Lugia EX, which my opponent was using as an attacker and has Arrow Ball, 170 HP. If I take Lugia EX and I take Jirachi EX and I take this text from Jirachi EX and I put it onto the Lugia EX and then remove its weakness and then give it another attack and then lower its retreat cost, then you have Tapu Lele. Tapu Lele is a Pokemon. It's one of the Guardians. Again, Guardians Rising refers to the Tapu Pokemon, like these things, in Sun and Moon. They're the 4 island guardians of the different Alolan islands. But yeah, there's a lot of powerful stuff in there. The other card that I think is the most powerful coming up in that is a card called Aqua Patch, which There's this card called Dark Patch, which you might be familiar with. Puts a basic energy from your discard onto a bench, which is very powerful. Aqua Patch is this exact text, but a water symbol in both of these spots. So, anyway, I think that's basically everything I wanted to touch with this. I think. Oh, actually, no. I want to do one more thing. U-packs. I'm gonna open an Evolutions pack. I'm gonna crack 4 more packs before I end. You probably want to use your packs as currency rather than crack them, but I don't care. I'm just gonna do it anyway. I love these. Look at this. Look at the Weedle. There's a little Weedle. Staryu. I love this Pikachu. I love it. This has been a Pikachu forgotten to time. The chubby Pikachu. Chubby Pikachu has just been like just disappeared to the ages. Arcanine. Yeah. I know, I'm sad that Pikachu is just gone. If I look at other Pikachus, they're just not that Pikachu. Oh, hey, Genesect. Genesect is a really cool Pokemon that lost its buddy in Bronzong in rotation, so it doesn't have a buddy anymore. Genesect's attack is triple steel. You can discard the steel for 20 extra damage. And there used to be a Bronzong that just put the steel back on it. And it was really good. But Bronzong disappeared. Yeah, let me compare Pikachus. By the way, I'm just gonna Pikachu. That's not how you spell Pikachu. Yeah. So here's our big old our favorite Pikachu, and then we have like current Pikachus where it's like, okay, you know, a Pikachu, or do you just know every single card game? Yeah. Basically. This one I only play like I only show off once every like couple months because it doesn't change. The sets don't come out very often, and like I like showing things off like that. But yeah, here we have. Oh, I like this Pikachu. Oh, this one's more of a big old Pikachu. Nice Pikachus. Yeah, then you have Pikachu. Oh boy, I don't like that Pikachu. Anyway, Pikachus. Yeah, there's no draft in this. Duelist, eh? Oh boy. One I know about, haven't played though. Hey, Huntail. Again, I love the differences in the art in this game. So we have literally just a 6-pack of some water. I don't know, I guess. And then we have like this really like, you know, it's this really distinct Slugma. There's a drum roll going, by the way. I'm not going to hit the card for a while. And then we have like these Shroomish in a more like colored set, and then we have like the darks of the Nose Pass. It's just, I love it. Oh hey, Primal Groudon, how you doing? Primal Groudon's still a deck. Primal Groudon is huge. The big thing on Primal Groudon, which has a Primal Reversion, is the Omega Barrier trait, which makes it immune to trainer cards. You can't Lysander Primal Groudon into the active, meaning that you can't, like, break their setup. It's very powerful. Also, you know, 240 health. Weak to grass, though. That's probably a bad place to be. Is that card also a Pachinko machine? Probably. That card text and excessive foil rainbow, yeah. Those cards are incredibly overwrought. The like super foil best things ever are super that's just how unreadable. Oh boy, we got Beldum. I really like this Beldum because it looks like an actual like Beldum out in the world or something. I realize you don't have an actual Beldum out in the world. That's not how Beldums work. But also that's what this Beldum is. This is just hanging out in some rocks. This one is a much more cartoonish Metang. Everybody, the Gumi, and our drumroll card, Claydol. I'm not confident I can interpret Primal Groudon's art. Well, let's go back to it. Not Pikachu. So Primal, the trick with Mega Pokemon is that the English versions of the card have the name of their attack in text right here. This is Gaia Volcano. On the Japanese version of the card, the text is in English. This seriously like makes me think I'm playing like Record Keeper and like with how big of a setup it has, like with all these colors and yeah. Let's open one more pack of this. We're not opening these ones, the Roaring Skies. Those are my currency. I don't get rid of those. I know what your subscribed cheer noise should be. Is it openpack.wave? Do I have bird noise.wave? Yes, I have. It's there are two on my desktop. There are two files. Oh, there's Metagross. Nice. I love Metagross. Metagross is my favorite Pokemon, by the way. Here's another Eevee. There's this Magikarp, cartoony-looking Magikarp. Oh man, Quakesire's having a good time. Then we got oh damn! I am super happy to get a Lugia EX. This is a powerful card that's seeing a lot of play because it can be splashed into many decks that play double colorless and just is a good thing to have around. So and I only have had the other one, this Lugia EX. So good stuff tonight. But yeah, do I have bird noise.wave? Yeah, I've got bird noise.wave. Also, I've got openpack.wave. Lysanders and escape orbs will be more essential in a few weeks. Absolutely. What does the EX denominator do? Normally, in the game of Pokemon, you need to knock out 6 Pokemon to win the game. EX Pokemon are worth double prizes. When an EX Pokemon has been knocked out, your opponent takes 2. Yeah. EX Pokemon also are basic, so if I go... Let me just pull up a different EX. I'm always happy to answer questions about things like that. If I just go to EX and I go to Alakazam EX, Alakazam EX is a basic. I do not need to evolve Alakazam from Abra or Kadabra, which is a good thing, seeing as Pokemon hasn't printed a Kadabra in years because of some weird lawsuit thing. Anyway, so yeah, you don't need to evolve any of these, you just play them flat. But they are worth double prizes, so if they get knocked out, that's like 2 of your Pokemon getting knocked out. Yes! Way! There has not been a Kadabra printed since 2000, yeah, I think it was yeah. There was a lawsuit where basically they couldn't print, they weren't willing to print Kadabras because of that for the last 15 years. So they printed an Abra that could evolve directly into an Alakazam to get around it. That was maybe my favorite thing. GX Pokemon are like EX Pokemon. But you have to evolve into them. They also have a GX attack, which is the equivalent of a Pokemon Z move. You can only use one Z move in a fight. So, yeah. You know what? I want to do one more. I want to do one more Blastoise game before I end. I love my Blastoise deck. This is the one I play most of the time, is my Blastoise deck. It's an expanded deck. Expanded is the equivalent of like an extended or modern format. However, Standard is about the last 2 years of cards, much like in both Hearthstone and in Magic. So let's give this one more, we'll give this one more Blastoise to go. Oh, no, nothing in my opener. So, we're going to have to mulligan. Our opponent will have to mulligan his... Uh-oh, they're doing a similar thing. So, Blastoise has the Rain Dance that lets you play as many water energies you like. Magnezone, though. Magnezone lets you play as many lightning energy as you like. Okay, this isn't the greatest opener. We'll fix it. That's fine. So we're going to start with Mewtwo.
Mewtwo's attack deals 20 damage times the number of energy on both Pokemon. We do not want to bench the eggs. The eggs are only here for discarding. I love these eggs. Fisherman. Fisherman picks up 4 energy from your discard pile. Yep, I see. They're probably playing Raikou. Raikou is usually the lightning attacker associated with too many lightning energy. We'll see. I would like to draw a card, yes. I need more. Okay, I didn't want to draw that one specifically. Specifically, yep, we're weak to grass. Okay, grab some lightning energy. Oh. Oh boy, that's a terrible start. No supporter. Oh, hey, double egg, how you doing? So we're going to play Battle Compressor. Battle Compressor lets us take 3 cards out of our deck and put them on our discard. And that's very key to the combos we're doing with Blastoise. So what we want to do is we want to put a Blastoise in our discard. We want to check how many Archie's Ace in the Holes we have. We have 1 Archie's Ace in the Hole. That actually means we want to keep the Archie's Ace in the Hole in the deck. Because we want to grab it with Jirachi later. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put another Water Energy, and I think I'm going to go ahead and put a Professor Sycamore into the grave. This way I can pick it up if I happen to draw into a Versus Seeker. I don't want an N, because I don't want my opponent to have real cards. So, well. So we have our combo start is not very great. These cards have too much art on them. Yep. Some of them definitely do. Oh, hey, it's Tauros. Like this, though I like the art on Tauros. Tauros GX is great. So, the GXs that they did in Sun and Moon were, effectively, they were like Pokemon with Z moves with big ones. So, like, the starters had ones, but also they gave the ride Pokemon that you had around. We're going to go ahead and have Mewtwo attack. Am I not going to have an exciting game for my opener here? I'm probably not going to have an exciting... Because if they don't play another Pokemon, they're out, and they lose the game. Oh no, they're gonna bounce it. Sky Return returns it to their... Oh, yes, they're taking the option of just leaving. Yep, they have no Pokemon left, so it's victory to us. I'm out. Nope, we get another box. The boxes are where you get a lot of your coins. The victory boxes. This is 62 coins. It's a third of a pack. We can see what our opponent's deck was, though. They were playing Pikachus, Raichus. Ooh, Circle Circuit Raichu. That makes sense. Circle Circuit Raichu does 20 damage times the number of your bench Pokemon. It's a very common, like... It's a deck I've seen a lot. It's a very good one. And it looks like they're... Oh, there's the Raikous that I thought. Raikou has the same attack as Keldeo does in our deck. 50 damage plus 10 for each Thunder Energy on it. And because Megazone lets you play as many Thunder Energy as you like, you know, you can have this do enough damage to knock anything out in one shot. And then the rest of their deck is these item cards to support it, but they likely just drew into, oh man, freaking Giovanni's Scheme! Giovanni's Scheme is like Professor Kukui, but you choose one or the other. You either draw up to 5 or you do 20 more damage. I'm glad they're playing a Giovanni's Scheme. I actually want a quick... Before I do... I'm not ending on that. I'm ending on a real game for that deck. Come on. But I want to... Nope, not Deck Manager. Trainers... Filter... Supporter... They have like there's the trainers and then there's the full art trainers, and the full art trainers are usually the lot more interesting looking ones. They can be very oh, here's our buddy Imakuni. Your active Pokemon is now confused. This is a supporter. What are you even doing? Are you getting a sub button or just so? At the moment, I am a Twitch affiliate. I'm going to be again. I'm going to be applying at the end of the month for partnership, but I don't know how that'll go. I'm hopeful. I'm really hopeful on it. We've had like this month has been a really big growth month for us. Here's Lysander's trump card, which is Lysander with the Doc Ock thing going on. This is one of the banned cards in the deck, because all it does is shuffle everything in the grave back into the deck. But I want to find one in specific, and it is our buddies. Oh god, my eyes are glazing over. There's two different... Wow, there's two different Skylas. Forgot about that. So, we have Team Rocket's Handiwork. I love this one because they're standing in the R. This is a mill card. Flip 2 coins for each head. Discard 2 cards off your opponent's deck. You've used it in a Whale Lord deck. That's a lot of fun. But our buddies, Team Skull. I love Team Skull. They're good stuff. Yeah, you gotta pose. Yeah, at the moment, so we've got the affiliate thing going on. So we got the bits, as you can see. We got the bits going on. And we might have more in the future. I know the affiliate should have something like an emote and I think a sub button along with it in the future. I don't know how far like how long in the future that is though. I'm hopeful for it though. I've got ideas for what that emote will be. Different sort of either like I've got a number of ideas. I gotta see. Oh boy. Well, we're leading with either a Shaman or a Jirachi. Not great. Not great at all. Yeah, I don't understand everything with the affiliate stuff at the moment, is I guess what I'm saying. I'm gonna leave Jirachi in the end. Thanks, Cuboid. Uh-oh. So, my card is Archie's Ace in the Hole, which grabs a water Pokemon and puts it into play, and then draws 5. They have Maxie's Hidden Ball Trick, which puts a fighting Pokemon from discard onto the bench, and then draws 5. So, I think I'm fighting, the same thing. Oh boy. I'm excited. Uh-oh. 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 Night March. Night March is the boogeyman of the Pokemon TCG. One of the strongest decks that has been around in a couple of years. Okay. There's a Joltik. So the way Night March works, this attack does 20 damage times the number of Pokemon in your discard pile with the Night March attack. This Joltik has 30 HP, dies to everything, but, alright. How many Archie's Ace in the Holes do I have? 2? Alright, we can put one of these Archies away. So, Blastoise, Execute, Archie's Ace in the Hole, get them all down there. Probably might have wanted to put an energy down there so that I could use the superior energy retrieval. Let's see how Trainer's Mails get me. Oh, we can fix that. Okay. So if I superior energy retrieval this and this, I think I can play out the rest of my hand. Yeah, okay, I can combo off here. This is funky as all hell, but I can do it. So we're gonna put one of these, and we're gonna go ahead and put a energy in the yard. Trainer's Mail, maybe an Ultra Ball. Oh, Ultra Ball. Okay, never mind. We don't have to worry now. Ultra Ball means I can combo off without problems. So if I Ultra Ball, discarding this. 1 energy in yard? 1 energy in yard. This and this. Ultra Ball. For Keldeo. Actually, let's go Articuno? Articuno. Alright.
play this. Superior Energy Retrieval discards 2 cards. I could have saved the... Oh, that was a misplay. I could have saved the band. That's okay. That might cost me. I could have egged it. Well, thank you, Rather Gray, and everybody else. Now I have 1 card left in hand. It's Jirachi. We're going to use Jirachi's Stellar Guidance to go grab Archie's Ace in the Hole. Play Archie's Ace in the Hole to put the Blastoise into play. By the way, I've done like 34... I have... Almost half of my deck is gone at this point. This is the combo we do here. Oh boy. Whew. Let's go. Let's pick up some eggs. Pick up some eggs. Let's discard some eggs. Let's play Keldeo. So Keldeo can jump in to the active if I want. Let's pick up some eggs. I'm sure my opponent will respond in kind, exactly the same way. Yeah, what if... And here... Oh, so computer search. If you're familiar with the base game of Pokemon, Computer Search was a card in the base game of Pokemon. This is Computer Search unchanged. The only difference is it is an ace spec, meaning you can only include 1 in your deck. What we're actually going to go for with this ace spec, weird as it is Floatstone. So we're setting up this Articuno. That's the setup here. Articuno, when it gets a knockout, takes an additional prize. It counts as multiple prizes. Alright, let's see if our opponent has the same turn. Take 20 minutes. Just... Okay, yep, okay. Set up, draw cards. This makes Psychic Pokemon's attacks cost less. This draws it back up to 6. Okay. This gives it some extra HP, 40 to be exact. Losing that muscle band might cost me. Oh, the megaphone. Uh-oh. You got me. This card's my tool, so I can't retreat for free. Fine, I'll pay for my retreat costs like everybody else. So, their deck is very much based on this Battle Compressor, discarding copies of Pokemon with Night March. Ultra Ball for another Shaman? They're doing everything faster, obviously, because they don't have to explain their plays to everybody else. This is one of the harder matchups for me. It's very dependent on using Articuno to jump prizes. So that, and... Yeah, this is a Glass Cannon. This is going to be doing... Right now, it's doing 120 damage with just these. And that's enough to just knock out the Shaman flat. So that's a knockout. 260. Oh boy. So let's draw some cards. And Bike. Cool. Rough Seas is nice. That'll overwrite this stadium. Let's Bike again. Keldeo? Sure. How many energies in my discard? 1. Trainer's Mail. Take a VS Seeker off that. Well, let's 50-50 to see if we get the knockout. So luckily, me missing the muscle band didn't matter because of the megaphone. This attack does 20 plus 40 for each heads. I need 2 heads to knock out the Joltik because it has 30 plus 40 from that. Yeah. The way this deck works, Night March, the way Night March works as a deck is that it does enough damage that it doesn't care if it's getting knocked out every single turn.
it's going to knock you out faster because EX Pokemon count as 2. Oh, we whiffed. Oh boy. I needed that knockout pretty badly to not to still be running, so that's not great. There's another Joltik. What's evolving? I don't know what evolving Pokemon's is. You just put a Blastoise into play. Blastoise appears. You don't throw Squirtle out into the fight and then evolve it. That's lame. Yeah, so the Lampents in their deck actually can't be played. They don't play they don't play either Litwick or they don't play either side of Lampent. It's probably bad. Joltik is exactly as powerful as the fans want it to be. I think this is a good finishing to this. Because this is the expanded format. These are cards that no longer are in standard, but oh boy, let me tell you, when these were in standard, oh boy, they have a Lysander. Uh-oh, oh no! Don't you dare. They picked up a Lysander with Puzzle of Time. This is double regrowth, by the way. It picks up 2 cards. They could just pull Blastoise into the active. What is the card equivalent to talking to an old man then surfing up and down that one specific patch of coast? This is pretty close. I don't play Ninja Boy, but... Uh-oh, here it comes. Oh! That's a choice, I guess. Nope, Articuno's gonna pick up the knockout then. I guess they have me dead if they knock out another EX, though, is the problem. Which they will. I need to N you. Yeah, this is the deck that the Audino deck was specifically made to beat, because it could... The Audino deck would do 110 to this, and then just snipe Alpha Joltik, so they couldn't have multiple Joltiks going on. Alright, let's Superior Energy Retrieval, discarding 2 cards as usual, to pick up some energies. This will let us power up Keldeo again. And let's flip 1 coin heads. Okay. So we get 2 prizes for that. It's like knocking out an EX with Articuno. That's Articuno's ability. But the problem is, 2 prizes left on their side. If they can Lysander this back into the active and knock it out with Joltik. Joltik currently is doing 3, 4, 3. Oh, that's 200 damage. 20 times the number of Night Marchers in your grave. So this little bug is doing 200 damage. That's normal. That's pretty normal. Do you have another Shaman? Ooh, Mew. Mew copies attacks of your Pokemon on your bench, so it's like a fake Night Marcher. Oh goodness, you don't have it. Okay. Okay, I thought I was gone, but no. Okay, I thought I was out of this, but no, we're still in this. So, if I can take out this Joltik, their only Night Marcher left is a single Pumpkaboo. Can we Lysander? Yeah, we have Jirachi. We can go grab it. So let's go grab Lysander, which is Gust of Wind. And I'm going to be sure to knock it out, so I'm not going to go for the coin flipping. There's a single Pumpkaboo, but what if that's prized? Like, if their Pumpkaboo is prized, it might... which, I mean, that's kind of ridiculous. You know, they didn't have any of these prized or whatever, so like it could just be that Pumpkaboo's not there. They also need another double colorless, and there's one in the yard. They need they have one in hand though. They actually do have one in hand because there was one attached to. Anyway, we got to do it. So, if they have Pumpkaboo, we're dead. We're actually dead. They just put it on their bench, and then the Mew gets to copy its attack. Low odds. So they draw 5 cards out of a 17-card deck, 1 in 3 if it's in there. Ultra Balls are also a hit. Sycamore is also a hit. Is it in your deck? Is it prized? If it's prized, I might just have the game. Nope, there it is. No Dimension Valley, though. They need a Dimension Valley as well to be able to attack. Trainer's Mail to find it? Dimension Valley lowers the attack cost by 1, so double colorless is enough. Did they draw 5 cards? Yep. VS Seeker for team... Oh, that's a tutor. Okay. This searches their deck for 2 cards, so they're going to go find Dimension Valley in that game. Yep. So, Mew copies the attack of their Pokemon on their bench, Night March. This makes it cost 1 less, making it cost 2 instead of 3, and does 220. Yeah. Seems a little broken, hilariously, obviously so. Yeah. That's the game. That is this game. This is a game that... So, when Magic had realized how powerful Ancestral Recall and its spells in the first set were, it pulled the lever and went backwards, you know? It stopped printing Hymn to Turok and Dark Ritual. This game leaned into it. This game just leaned directly into how silly and busted its cards are, you know? Like, you know, we still get to play, both Professor Juniper, discard, draw 7, for only the cost of your supporter, and same with Sycamore. So, I love that they leaned into it. It's a bold choice. And because the only problem with it is that Shaman is like this rare that's like a chase card. Oh, thank you, Kavanaugh. You know, it's this chase card. The rest of these are like, you know, Sycamore's a common in every set. Every other set. Anyway. So that's all for this today. I'm going to go ahead and take a break. We're going to bring the stream down for it. So we'll be back in a little bit. I'm actually going to go eat a dinner. So that's what the break's for. The break is for a dinner. And then I'm going to be back with either Hearthstone or Eternal. I am not certain which. We'll figure that one out. Whichever I feel like, honestly, at the time. But I definitely want to do one of the two. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Thanks for all the bits. That's cool that we have the bits now. I see the little badges and all that. Y'all are great. So yeah. Hope you all enjoyed this. I hope this was at least, if you're not familiar with the game, I hope it at least gave you a picture of what it looks like, and that this is still a game that's around. There's a new set that comes out next week. This is still in print, you know? It's not like it died. So, anyway. So, thanks for joining. See y'all in a little while, but have a good night, everybody.